All right, boys. Why does my face cam look weird? It looks like zoomed out. Did it zoom itself out? That's okay. We got a little bit of time for people to get in the chat. I want to make sure everyone gets here. There we go. Face cam zoomed in. I'm feeling good, and I'm so excited. Let me tell y'all. I'm so excited. Now, you might be wondering the reason I'm so excited. I'm overjoyed. And that's because today we're going to be doing our first ever live stream on a DS. Now, listen, that doesn't, sound too exciting to some of y'all. Some of y'all might be thinking, well, that's easy. Just emulate the DS. Hell, you can emulate the 3DS. But that's too easy. All right? Emulation, anyone can do that. But what I'm excited about today is I have a physical 3DS on hand. And you might notice there's a USB-C plugged into the back of it. All right? That USB-C is definitely out of place. And that's because this USB-C is plugged into a capture card that I have soldered into the motherboard of the 3DS. And the USB runs to my PC, and that's how we're going to stream this today. And I cannot wait. And I'll admit, this looks a little scuffed. I purposefully bought a 3DS that was like super scratched and scuffed because I didn't want to destroy the motherboard and thus destroy an entire 3DS. But it works. The 3DS is a little crusty, but it's going to be my streaming 3DS, and then I'll have a real one that I play in my own personal time. However, what I cannot wait for is what I'm about to show y'all, because for the first time ever on my live stream, we're going to be capturing and streaming directly from a DS. So let me just pull it up here. Let me turn the sound on. You can already hear it. All right. I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped. Dude, it's so sick. I'm playing the DS, and wait, wrong. Not only do I get the DS on screen, it went to a cutscene. That's awkward. Not only can you guys see the DS on the live stream, but I get to see the DS in person, and I can play it in, like, this is amazing. I get to physically hold the console. I know it sounds silly, alright? It might sound like I'm being overexcited for something so simple, okay? But maybe I am a child at heart. But this is all I've wanted. You know, emulating the DS, that's, again, it's boring. I've emulated almost every Nintendo console, and it's cool for a little while, but it just makes you miss holding the console physically in your hands, and we finally get to play the game and hold the console, and it's just amazing. This is the perfect solution. Capture card inside of the 3DS, and I can't wait. I think we start with 150cc here, and let's just play every Grand Prix tonight. Why not, you know? Hey, what's up, Drac? How are you doing? Imagine doing a shiny Pokemon hunt on the DS. Listen, I'm living my best life right now. What's up, Karts? How you doing? Wonderful to see ya. What? What the heck? I know, bro. Listen, it's crazy. It's mind-blowing. And maybe I'm making a bigger deal out of something so simple, but to me, it's the world. All right, my heart is so happy. I think the difference in the amount of joy I get out of emulating the DS versus playing it and capturing it on physical hardware is it's unbounding. All right, this is all I've ever wanted. This is the most insane stream I've ever seen. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. All right, I'm fucking hyped. I'm right there with you. I remember the DS. I never had one, but in my opinion, the DS is like the best form factor console. I'm not gonna call it the best console. Obviously, gaming has gotten better, but like this is the best one to kind of just hold in your hands and play wherever you want. You don't gotta plug it into a TV. You don't need to be set up in a living room or bedroom. I could take this on the train and have a top tier gaming experience. Like, this is the most fun you can have in your hands, and I love it. Anyways, what do we want to play as? I'll be honest with y'all. This game is a little weird because it has an item stat. As you can see there, some carts have a max item stat, some carts kind of have a mid, and then some carts have a low item stat. And I think the item stat is the most important stat in the game. Because if you have the low item stat, there are some items you just can't get. Like, you can't get triple red shells. You can't get triple mushrooms. And that's insane to me. So, I want to pick a cart that has a good item stat, and I also want a cart with good handling. This would normally be my pick, the Dry Bones and the Banisher, but its speed is so bad. Additionally, its weight is a little heavy. So, me personally, I think going with the Power Flower is really good. I know the handling's not great, but the drift is amazing. And listen, I admit, this cart combo might seem a little silly, but it has really good item stat, really good drift stat, and the speed and acceleration are also up there. I don't need handling as long as I can drift everywhere I want to go. And again, I've already said this a million times, weight means nothing to me. Okay, I think the weight stat in most Mario Kart games is a waste of my time. So, as silly as it looks, I think we're going to go Power Flower with Dry Bones. Also, something I just realized. I forgot you can literally set up your own little profile. Hold up. No, it's on edit. Not only can you have a nickname, which, you know, that's not that crazy. Most games allow you to make a nickname. But you can have an emblem that appears on your cart. So as you can see here, I drew the little wolf pack flag, the flag I use for all of my social medias and my like community of viewers. And that flag is now just on the cart. So like when we go, let me leave, go without saving, I don't need it. So like when we go to pick that cart again, you'll see the emblem. One sec, gotta go through all these menus again. Pick Dry Bones. Look at that, dude. That's so sick. Not only do I get to drive in this mocked up Volkswagen Bug, this Volkswagen Beetle, but I also get to put my own flag on the car. This game was generational. This game was revolutionary. Anyways, I've done a lot of talking and we haven't even played the game yet. So let's jump into the first Grand Prix. I'm so excited. I'm good. Up to 912 out of 1,000 shiny Pokemon. The other 25 are shiny locked. I think it's crazy to me that you almost have every shiny. I feel like there's going to be a day very, very soon where you do have every shiny. Alright. I feel like I need to get a feel for this game again. Like right now, I'll admit this drift is very wide. But I don't want to overcorrect and drift into the grass. Dude, there's no way. My bomb bounced off of the sign and hit someone. Like, I'm aware this is the Lord's tightest drift. The Lord's widest drift. What can you do? Oh no, please don't do that to me. I want to steal a good item. I need to wait for someone to get something better. I could take the red shell, yeah. Kind of need the red shell to catch up anyways. I'm excited. I'm so excited, carts. I'm so excited. Ooh, okay. Star power in 5th? That's surprising. Okay, now we really need to find a way to catch up to Daisy. We missed the item. That's not going to help. Ooh, but the blue shell might help. Okay, that's going to give us a little bit of a comeback here. I missed the item again. I'm like perfectly just dodging them. I'm fitting the cart in between each item box. Let's go, I still got it. Oh no. No, oh that's bad. That's so bad. I thought I could dodge the blue shell, instead I've just fallen. I've fallen from grace. That's not good, actually. Dude, a blue shell at the end of the 3rd lap is actually really bad. Wow. Okay. It's not terrible because it's the first race, but we now basically need to get first place the other 3 races. In my defense, the blue shell at the end of the 3rd lap kind of screwed me, but I also need to I also need to play better. I need to kind of catch up here. I had a Wii growing up. Dude, I love the Wii. I think the Wii is also a generational console. The Wii is not as underrated as the DS in my opinion, because I think a lot of people have the Wii. It was like the perfect family system. Sorry, I'm trying to read Drax's message and play at the same time. I should maybe focus on the game though, because like I said, we have to get first place. It's fine. Everything's fine. Maybe not. Shiny Koraidon, but not Shiny Miraidon. That's a bit of a bummer. Well, hopefully you get a second chance in the future. Oh my god, I'm not getting any items. It's not good. Okay, the blue shell could be my saving grace, but I still need to pass Daisy at some point. Well, we passed Daisy. Okay. There's no more blue shells. No more blue shells. Good. Beautiful. And Daisy got 3rd, so that's going to cut her points in like half, and we're catching up. We're moving up the leaderboard. Alright, alright. We can still win this Grand Prix. I believe in us. Only a little nervous, you know? Dude, Koopa Troopa Beach. This is such a throwback. I love this track. I was so happy when they brought this track back from Mario Kart 8. It's just so good. Oh, that was not good. Let me just do a quick blooper on Donkey Kong and only Donkey Kong. What the heck? Bro took a bullet bill to first place. What? How did you get up here? Take him out. I think my problem is I'm not able to stay in first place. Like, I can't hold my lead. I don't know what we can do differently, though. I mean, we just need to race a little bit cleaner and use our items in a bit more of a smart manner. Like, if we can have good item strategy, then there's no way they'll ever catch up to us. Like, right now we have 3 bananas, so the only thing that's going to hit us is a blue shell. For a while. They can have 3 red shells and we're safe. See, this is what I should have been doing the first 2 races. This is why we didn't win the first race of the night. Because I was just too excited. I was having too much fun. I wasn't taking the game serious enough. You know, Mario Kart's a very serious, professional esport. And I need to treat it like that. You know? I need to play professionally if I want to be a professional. Oh my god, I thought that was an item box. That's insane. I almost actually got baited by the fake item box. I dropped off all 3 of my bananas before we got hit by the blue shell. So hopefully second place runs into those and they don't catch up to me anytime soon. Okay. You know, I'm having so much fun. Alright. I want y'all to know that. I'm having the time of my life right now. Alright. Luigi's Mansion as well. Oh, dude, this game. I forgot how good this game was. There's so many good courses in Mario Kart DS. Like, some of the newer Mario Karts, they have some pretty subpar. The newer Mario Karts have some stinkers, some subpar tracks that are forgettable. Like, for example, in Mario Kart 8, I think that there are a couple tracks that are just disappointing. To the extent that, like, I don't even remember the names of some tracks because I think they're just not worth remembering. But, like, the same thing goes for the new Mario Kart game, but I think that's also because Mario Kart World tried to make a bunch of tracks that could fit in an open world setting, and that just resulted in a bunch of boring tracks. Because the appeal of Mario Kart, at least for me, is the fact that you're racing through these like fantastical settings. And it's almost a benefit to Mario Kart that you're able to race on tracks that aren't realistic because it makes it more fun. And then Mario Kart World came along, tried to make the game super realistic, and in my opinion, it made the game just more boring. So, like I was saying, there are some tracks in the newer Mario Kart games that are just forgettable. Oh no. That's what I get for talking shit. But in this Mario Kart game, I don't think there's a single bad track. There's some middle of the road ones, some mediocre ones, but there's no bad courses. Okay, we cannot lose to Daisy here. If there's anyone we need to catch up to, it's Daisy. Not just because she's in first, close, but also because if I lose to her, I might lose the Grand Prix. However, the game giving me triple bananas is not helping. Wait, was that a blue shell I just heard? Yep. Alright, you can actually have that, Daisy. That's all you. Oh no. Oh no! Oh, it's all falling apart. Oh my god, no, it's all falling apart in the third lap. I need a good item. I need a good item. Terrible things are happening right now, boys. That's a good item. I don't know if we're going to win the Grand Prix. We might tie. We tied. But we're still in first. Alright, that's all that matters. Oh, man. I feel like I need to get my skill back. Childhood Caleb would be embarrassed right now, because this is the game that I think I might have played the most growing up. Like, on the bus to school, and in class, or even, like, in the lunchroom. I was playing my Mario Kart DS and racing against other kids in school. And I was killing it. And don't get me wrong, we still got gold, alright? We got first place on the podium, but it was rough. It was looking a little dicey. However, hopefully as we continue to play the game tonight, my skill will come back to me. It'll be like that stereotypical moment in like a TV show or a movie where the main character loses their powers and they need to remember how to be strong again, or how to be smart again, or how to love again. That's like me with Mario Kart DS right now. I need to remember how to play the game. And once I do, I'm going to be unstoppable. Oh my god, dude, that drift. Wait, I just got destroyed by my boy Toad. That's so messed up, my boy. So, Drac, what shiny are you working on next? Oh, that's no good. Here's my thought. We save the bullet bill for the shortcut. No, I don't think I can. Oh, that's bad. I should have shaved it. Dude, what am I doing? What am I doing? Why did I not save it? Alright, we're playing a little dumb. I can admit that. I can admit when I'm dumb. We might get saved by this blue shell, though. This is going to help us catch up at least. I think I'm going to use the mushroom on the right here. Save us a little bit of time. Oh my god, we jumped over Yoshi. Wait, that was sick. Oh no, I didn't drift. Fine. Dude, I'm on the edge of my seat right now. Wait, that was actually insane. What are we doing? I'm just teasing the chat. just purposefully throwing just to see how anxious I can make the chat. I need Corsola for the from Gen 2 to complete the Johto Dex. Okay. That's not a bad one. Dude, I forgot how good the music is in Delfino Square. This is what I mean, though, when I talk about how good this game is. There are no misses. All of the levels are just so good. Like, Delfino Square is arguably one of the best Mario Kart courses of all time. It's just a bop. Oh, shoot, I couldn't see. That was a box. The other thing I love, by the way, and this is a little, like, Easter egg that I don't think a lot of people know about this game. When you're running through the actual square next to these Piantas, they're, like, singing to you. You hear that? I'm being serenaded by Piantas. Oh, good green shell, but I missed the item box, which is not good. I was so focused on lining up the green shell that I wasn't even paying attention to the item box. God dang. Okay. My problem in this game is I'm hitting every single wall. Because I'm admittedly just used to, you know, modern Mario Kart, like Mario Kart 8 or Mario Kart World, where if you touch a wall, you kind of slide right off it. Like, you just bounce. But in the older Mario Karts, if you touch a wall, it treats it like real life. Like, not only is your car going to be completely destroyed, but you've got a broken neck. Sorry, I wanted to listen to the Piantas, and now I just gave up first place because of that. No way, I missed the item box again. Oh my god, this is bad. Oh my gosh. Problem is, I'm very clearly not focused. Alright, we need to, as the kids would say, lock in. And, of course, I immediately miss an item box. No, okay, that's fine. Get this one. Mushroom's not great. I could have maybe saved it for the shortcut at the end, though. But I wanted the red shell. Everything's fine. I really am just finding every way to almost lose. Like, I'm truly teasing y'all. Oh, it's so bad. I could have a free win, and instead I make a little mistake here and there, just so it's close at the end, you know? Totally doing it on purpose. Alright, everything's fine. I realize this looks a little weird to live stream playing a DS, because I'm just looking down. Like, normally when I live stream, I'm looking up at my monitor, and, like, sometimes I'll look at the camera. But with this stream, I just got my net... That's not a word. Oh my god. Sorry. I mixed up two words. Don't mind me, I'm having a stroke. What I was trying to say is, like, in this stream, I got my neck bent at a 90-degree angle while I looked down at my DS. Oh... See, you know how, like, modern generations, they have iPhone pinky? And if you don't know what iPhone pinky is, it's where your pinky finger gets bent at an angle from holding your iPhone. I feel like I can't describe it very well, but maybe I'll put a picture up in, like, the edited video version of this live stream. Or like how in really ancient Chinese cultures, they had foot binding. I feel like my generation's version of those two things would be DS neck. And I'm surprised I don't have DS neck. I'm surprised my vertebrae still function in my neck from the years I spent looking down at a DS and 3DS. Like, it's a medical miracle, alright? That I don't have a fucked up neck from playing the DS. I'm so scared of getting hit by these pinballs that I'm just trying to, like, go out of my way to dodge them. Also, speaking of bangers on the DS, Waluigi Pinball originated on Mario Kart DS. Like, one of the best tracks of all time. Arguably one of the two GOATs. Like, for real. That's... okay, never mind, this game sucks. No, but for real, like, if you had to pick a top 2 track, and the reason I'm saying 2 is because it would either be Waluigi Pinball or Coconut Mall. Like, those are at the very least, those are the 2 most known Mario Kart tracks. And the fact that one of those 2 originated on this game with this console, it's honestly poetic. You couldn't write a story better than that. Let's go. It's so good. I love playing this game. I'm having the time of my life right now. It's so much fun. I got hiccups as well, which is making me even more giggly. Alright. I realize a lot of my friends that I play video games with were busy tonight because they're all working. So, because I knew I was going to be playing games by myself, I wanted to take this time to finally live stream my 3DS capture card. Because I've had this capture card installed on my 3DS for about 2 weeks, but I've been so focused on playing other games like Donkey Kong Bonanza or Sonic Racing Cross Worlds that I have yet to actually play my new 3DS with the capture card installed. Ooh, where do we want to save this? Don't know. There's a good shortcut if I wait. We're gonna have to hold on to these mushrooms for a while. Oh my god, I almost killed myself. Whoa, 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 why are we pushing? Why are we bouncing? I accidentally used a mushroom. Oh no, wait. Okay. I couldn't hold on to the mushrooms anymore because I needed all 3 of them to do the shortcut. I accidentally pressed the X button and I forgot that uses an item. Okay, Yoshi just got run over by a bus. Good, good. Yoshi's killed in the streets of Detroit. Love that. Why am I running off the map? Oh my god, I just got a front row seat to Wario's death. Bro was actually getting killed in Detroit. Breaking news. Wario shot in the streets of Chicago. Oh my god. Insane. I do feel like I'm starting to get a better hang of things, if that makes sense. Like, my drifting feels a lot better as we continue to play the game tonight. My actual steering, my handling doesn't feel good, but my drifting feels really good. And I guess that makes sense, because we are playing a car with an amazing drift stat, but a very poor handling stat. See, I'm starting to get my feel back, though. I'm already doing, like, little hop drifts to, you know, realign myself with the track. Just like that. It's beautiful. It's all coming back to me now. I love it. Oh, this game's so much fun, bro. I'm having the time of my life, and that's the first Grand Prix that we've actually gotten first place every single race. Feels good. Feels really good. You know what's crazy, by the way? So this is my original copy of Mario Kart DS from when I was a kid. And if you look at all of the Grand Prix, so let's just load up another one here real quick. You pick my card, go back to the Power Flower. But if you look at like every Grand Prix, in all of them, I have a star rank. And I bet you if we go back and look at the battle missions, no, that's not it, missions. So if we go back and look at the missions, I have 3 stars on everything except one mission. And you know, honestly, that might be something we have to do on live stream here in the future. We might have to go beat that mission in 3 stars and get the top score just so I can finish the entire game with 3 stars. The Grand Prix might be a little more difficult, but like it would be almost a full circle moment, at least full circle from my childhood, if I went back and played these missions just to say I finally got 3 stars in all of them. Alright. Oh, no, not you, Daisy. Give me my boy Dry Bones. we've played these two Grand Prix. Let's play some retro Grand Prix, shall we? Also, another reason this game is amazing is it was the first game to introduce the retro Grand Prix, kinda. Now, the reason I have to say that with like an asterisk is because Mario Kart Super Circuit on the Game Boy had all of the Super Mario Kart tracks, all of the, courses from the first game. But that didn't feel as special because it was just like porting over the original game into Super Circuit. It almost felt like you were emulating Mario Kart into Mario Kart Super Circuit. Like, it felt like you were emulating it in the same way that in Animal Crossing you can play a bunch of SNES games. I'm talking about the original Animal Crossing, by the way. This game was the first Mario Kart to, like, introduce basically an all-star kind of track list. This was the first game to bring back, like, an all-star roster, a best of the best of the previous games, and put it on the DS. Like, it feels a lot more special because you're getting a variety of tracks, not just, hey, here's all of Super Circuit on the DS, or here's all of Super Mario Kart on the DS. This feels like it had more care, more thought put into it. And not only was this game revolutionary in a lot of ways, like the missions we talked about earlier, or, the different characters and carts and stats that they added, but this game, in my opinion, was revolutionary for the addition of these retro tracks from a variety of different Mario Kart games. Ooh, we got another red shell. Not bad. Mario Kart World looks amazing. I know, dude. I got my hands on the new copy of Mario Kart World. The new DLC, actually. You guys are getting a first look at Mario Kart World DLC. I will say, it does make it really difficult to read chat because I'm looking down at this DS in my hands. Like, I just ran into a wall because I looked away for 1 second. But like normally when I'm playing a video game on my PC monitors, I'm looking straight ahead of the monitor and then I can look over at the chat. But like right now my neck is just bent down. And therefore I have to like look up at an awkward angle away from the system to read chat. And anytime I do read chat, I'm very likely just going to drive off the map. That's okay, it's worth it. I guess I could try to hold the DS like in front of my face or like right next to the chat. But this looks weird. I feel like I look like a boomer trying to play a video game for the first time. Why is that little guy so skinny? He's all skin and bones. Sorry. I thought it was funny. My bad. But no, I guess technically, like, my chat is right there. So if I hold the DS next to the chat and I look at it this way, I have the chat in, like, one eye and the DS in the other eye. But I do think this looks weird. I guess what I could do, hold up. I could move the chat to my main monitor and move the gameplay over to my second monitor. That's not a terrible idea. Hold up, we're gonna move this stuff around. So then, I don't have to look over at my second monitor. I kind of have the chat like right next to me. I do have to hold my DS kind of up in the air to see the chat, but this is a much better layout. Why did I not think of this to begin with? I do have to move the game though. It's being covered by Discord. Give me a sec. Discord is just completely covering my gameplay. Okay. Alright. We are in a dead last, way behind the pack, sort of 8th place position here. And it's mostly because I was being tech support while live. But that's okay. Also, I realized when I talk about things on the face cam, like I'm doing funny faces or making a joke that you can only see on the face cam, if you're watching the portrait mode of this live stream, you don't see any of that. Because you don't get the face cam, and I'm very apologetic. I'm sorry about that, boys. I highly recommend, unless you really, really love portrait mode and you're a diehard portrait mode fan, if you're watching on YouTube, I highly recommend going and watching the horizontal live stream. That way, you can actually see the face cam and the, notifications and things like that. I don't think we're going to be able to win this, by the way. No, definitely not. Oh, no, that's bad. Oh, wow, that's really bad. I should not have been... Dude, I should not have been trying to fix my chat while on stream. I was fixing... Oh, no. Okay, it's fine. Everything's gonna be fine. I just need to win this race, and I cannot let Wario get second. Wario has to get third or worse. This is my fault, alright? I admit it. I'm the one that was trying to fix my layout and my chat while playing a race. But oh no, this could be bad. Because not only do I have to win, which is, not that difficult, but I need Wario to lose. So this is a little bit out of my hands. The outcome is a little out of my control, and I don't like that feeling. I really don't like that feeling because Wario's in first place right now. Dude, that's a bad time to get the blooper, bro. I need Wario to get rid of that green shell, but I have a feeling he's just going to hold it behind him. It's protection. No, bro. I need to, beg for a blue shell that takes Wario out in the third lap. Hold up. I'm going to purposefully get back into third, just so I have another way to potentially kill him later. Yeah, okay. As we head into the third lap here, I need Wario to get blue shelled, or I need to hit him with both of these red shells. If the blue shell doesn't come around soon, I might just start throwing reds. Okay, we're gonna throw one. I need to get in front of my boy. No! Oh, no, 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 that's bad. That's very, very bad. Bad things are happening. No, he's in first again. Oh, we might have lost. No way. Dude, that's crazy. Oh, that's so unlucky. Oh, man. Donkey Kong attacked us at the worst time, so I couldn't go after Wario. And there was no blue shell either. That's okay. That one's my fault, like I said. I was trying to fix the chat and stream at the same time. I should have just paused the game. But, pausing's for losers. Alright, well. Now we gotta get our redemption. We gotta make a comeback here on this next Grand Prix and make sure we get the dub. We still got second, though, which is not bad, considering I was doing two things at once. I was playing the game and fixing the stream at the same time, and we still got a silver cup there. Alright, this one. No! That's so mean. I just wanted to take the shortcut. Fine, I'm gonna save this last mushroom for the shortcut at the end of the race. Oh, wait, this actually slows you down in this version of the game. That's surprising. See, in the original game, that doesn't slow you down. And also, in Mario Kart 8, when they remade this course, that dirt doesn't slow you down. But in this version of the game, the dirt does slow you down. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, everything's fine. Oh, everything is not fine. Everything is not fine. Everything is so not fine. It's all gone wrong. As we head into the third lap, we're in 6th, bro. What is going on? Okay, triple mushrooms is good here. Take that shortcut. Take that shortcut. Come around down. The blue shell. No, I thought I could go through it. Oh, no, we might have lost. No, bro. This was supposed to be my redemption. Oh no, this is gonna be a tough Grand Prix now because we gotta play comeback. We gotta go full comeback mode. Okay. We have to get first pretty much in every race moving forward. Can we do it? I don't know. It's a lot of pressure. But I did say this is going to be our redemption arc, and this is the start of a beautiful redemption arc. Bro, can you get off me? Ask me for a friend. Okay. I just need to be smart. I need to get in first place, and then I need to defend with good items. So that's a little difficult to do when I don't even get an item in the first place. I need to focus. This is no bueno. Okay. It's fine. As long as you don't hit me with that green shell, I'm chilling. I feel like I'm too slow. Maybe Dry Bones isn't the play here. No, though. Well, that was almost a snipe. That's fine. Everything's fine. I need the game to stop giving me bananas, though. No, the blue shell is... that's bad. I do feel like I'm struggling to catch up to people, to be honest with you boys. Maybe we should switch to the cucumber? I don't know. If we can't win this race, we can't win this Grand Prix. So if we lose, I might just restart. But I think switching to a different cart could be good. Part of me doesn't want to switch carts, though, because, like, this is the cart I used growing up. You know, I feel like I'd be abandoning my childhood. I don't know. Don't hit that dude. Oh my god, I thought I was going to get nailed by that red shell. Thankfully, crashed the finish line right before the blue shell as well. Okay. We're catching up. Still 4 points behind Luigi. But if we can just get first place the next two races, there's nothing he can do. We'll pass him in points. Oh, that was a bad turn. Beautiful. Hit me. And everything's fine. I do love these old GBA tracks. Oh no, that's not good. Forgot I needed a mushroom to take that shortcut. Story of my life. We gotta make a comeback. Is anyone surprised though? Let's be honest. It's not bad. Not bad. Okay, we can take a couple shortcuts here. No way that just happened. No. I just wanted to go right. Thank you, Donkey Kong. Oh my god, I didn't even get the item box. Oh my god. Everything's gone wrong. I need this item. Oh my god, we're alive. Okay, triple mushrooms is not super helpful in this moment in time. I don't want to give up, but it's going to be really tough to ever come back from this. Especially if I don't get an item, bro. Oh my god. No. Too late to come back, I think. It's tough. This game is tough. Yeah, that's rough. It's not over, but it feels like it's over. I can still get silver, or I get gold if Luigi gets destroyed here in Baby Park. It's gonna be tough, though. I need Mario and Luigi to both falter. Feels like everyone drove into the mini mushroom that shrinks you. What do you mean? I need to somehow murder both Mario and Luigi multiple times to the point where they cannot win. And I need to win myself. Does that make sense? Like, I need to somehow kill both Mario and Luigi's chances of getting first. And get first while doing that. Which is a little difficult to focus on both things at once. The blue shell is going to help. Come on, bro. No, dude, are you kidding? Oh, wait. No, there's no way. He got first, dude. That sucks. Oh my god, that's so unlucky. Okay, we still got second, I think, on the podium. But that's rough. No, I needed Luigi to fail. Oh, that sucks. Okay, it's fine. We still got on the podium. But we definitely need to mix something up here. I feel like we're too slow to catch up to people sometimes. So, we gotta change our kart, I think. I don't think we change characters. Because, like, you want to use a lightweight character in this game. But we need a different kart. I'm gonna look at specifically karts with good item stats. The zipper might be our go-to here, I'm not gonna lie. We can't do the Rob legs, that's not good. The drift is just abysmal. Ooh, okay, B-Dasher is a good option. Zipper is arguably a better option. Don't like that. If you can't tell, I'm only looking at the karts with the max item stat. Because if you don't have a max item stat, say you're using the light tripper, I almost said light. I thought it said light trapper, and I was going to lose it. That would have been so funny. But like, if you're using the light tripper, and the item stat is that low, you can't even get items worth winning with. Like, the game's only going to give you 1 mushroom instead of 3 when you're in 8th place. So, I'm only looking at the carts with good item stats. The cucumber... No, man, I think, honestly, we have 3 options of what carts we can use. And in all reality, it's actually 2. Because the Dragonfly was going to be my next thought. And it has a really good speed stat, but the weight is just too high. It's unnecessary. Okay, here's my thought. And I'll let the chat decide. Do we go with the Waluigi Zipper? Or the B-Dasher? What are we feeling? I'm personally leaning towards the Zipper. Because I think it's better statistically. We do not need weight. The Zipper has every single stat above weight. The B-Dasher, weight is tied with speed and handling. And I want more speed. I want more handling. I don't need some of those stat points being on the weight stat. Zipper, because it'll give you the feeling of zip lining. Yeah, flawless logic. Hi, Abby. You're too warm. It is very warm in here, actually. I did take my hoodie off. Yeah, hopefully the fan will help. Yeah. Alright. I'll be honest, that last Grand Prix was rough. I'm just happy we got on the podium, to be honest. But I think think with the zipper, this could be our new strategy. This could be our new path to victory. I'm gonna have to get a feel for it though. So this first race on the zipper is gonna be me kind of feeling it out and learning the handling, the drifting. And already I kind of like it. I feel way faster than I was in the flower power. Is anyone shocked though? Obviously the zipper is going to be a faster car than the flower power. Saying that out loud just seems obvious. It just seems stupid to say that. Okay. The difficult thing in this game, though, is trying to come back when you're not first. No, I was trying to throw that green shell backwards. I somehow hit Daisy with that green shell. There's no way. That's so funny. Oh my god, I went flying. Dude, the game keeps giving me purple greens. And I'm too bad at the game to use them as a way to come back. Oh my god, everyone just got destroyed by that giant avalanche. Just a mountain-size snowball, a boulder, flying down the cliffside at us. It took out first, second, and third. Oh my... Okay, I need to stop running into walls. Killing all of my momentum. Dude, no way. Something is wrong with me. Okay, like I said, this is a warm-up game. Alright, we can't get mad at ourselves yet. It's a warm-up game. We're getting used to the zipper. Trying to get a feel for it. It's definitely better in some ways, but my drifting is a lot more difficult. Which, again, makes sense. It seems obvious to say that out loud. We went from the Power Flower, which had really, really good drifting, to the zipper, which has okay drifting. So it's a bit more difficult to kind of control this car. But once we get the hang of it, if we can like get the muscle memory down for how to use this thing, we'll be unstoppable because its speed is so much better than what we were using before. No Tanuki Mario, 0 out of 10. Tanuki Mario is the secret unlock character, you know? The way we unlock Tanuki Mario is by playing on Leap Day, February 29th, at 2 in the morning while holding the console upside down. I was trying to make a joke, but after I said that out loud, it literally sounds like the way you have to evolve some Pokemon in modern-day Pokemon games. Where's the red shell going? Oh my god, it went all the way around the clock just to hit Daisy. It went in a full 360. Dude, I thought the red shell was just flying off the map. Hey, leave me alone. I did not like that she was right next to me, so take my banana, bitch. Not great to say out of context. Anyways. Let's, not run into that and finish the first lap strong. Beautiful. Also, it's wonderful to see you today, Hollow Man. How was your community night, by the way? I felt bad that I couldn't be there because I was live as well. But hopefully it was a good time. It was close. TikTok Clock is another generational Mario Kart course. Like, I know I've said it a couple times already tonight, but I do really believe that this game has some of the best tracks in all of Mario Kart. Like Waluigi Pinball, TikTok Clock, there's just so many heavy hitters. It's amazing. I love this game. Yeah, that's rough, but it's fine. Ooh, we're also getting red shell. That's less fine. Oh, maybe not. No, there it is. It just took a while. I feel like I'm losing my lead, boys. Look at them. They're catching up to me on the map. Though, also look at 7th and 8th place. They're so far behind. That's kind of funny. Oh, no. Oh, no. A blue shell, too. Okay, it's okay. We have a little bit of lead. Honestly, I don't know which... I'm torn. I don't know which screen we should be using. This one low-key feels better. Because we can see where everyone is on the map. But the screen that shows our like top-down POV is very helpful for lining up items. Specifically for when people are behind you. Like if you got someone driving behind you, there's no way to look back in this game, so you kind of have to use that bottom screen to line up a green shell or a banana. So I'm very torn between using the bird's eye view for that kind of stuff, or using the track point of view, just to see where everyone is and how far ahead I am. That's so messed up, Donkey Kong. Bro. I think I'm going to stick with this screen, because, again, I'll be able to see people that are in my vicinity. But if I want to, like, double-check quickly where I'm at on the map, or where the entire, race is, how far behind first I am, or how far ahead of second place I am, then I can use this screen. But that'll be our backup. I think we're going to stick with this one as our primary. Hi, Wario. It was fun. For a limited time, they had ranked squads, so we tried it. One night, somehow I managed to get the highest rank possible. Were you playing, like, Fall Guys? They had ranked squads in Fall Guys? Really? Because I could be wrong. That's why I asked. But I thought I remembered you saying you were going to play Fall Guys. Fall Guys, really? That's kind of crazy. Ranked Fall Guys is something else, huh? That sounds like a lot of fun, though. I fear that I would not do that well, though. I'd be probably like an above-average rank, but nowhere near the top, because I don't know like the speedrunning strats that other people know. Okay, that's so messed up. Okay, I think we have 2 item boxes left before the end of the race, so I really need to make these items count. Triple green shells is not helpful, respectfully. Oh, shoot. Yeah, they just canceled each other out. No, triple bananas isn't helpful either, game. Dang, okay. So where is this going to leave us in points? Still in first place, but Rob is on our ass. He is putting the pressure on us, and we have to win this final race. At the very least, we cannot lose to Rob. I can get second place behind Daisy and still get gold. But if I get second place behind Rob, we either tie or he passes me. I think we tie. So, realistically, if I get second, there's no way I lose gold. We get that gold cup. But if I get third, depending on who got first, I could get knocked down to second place and thus the silver cup. And if I get fourth, well, then we just deserve to lose. We would have carried you to the top in our squad. God dang it. This is what I get for reading the chat. I just run into a wall. I would have loved that, alright? That would have been so appreciative, but I would have felt bad. At the same time, I would have felt like I was dragging the team down. Like I said, we cannot lose to Rob on this race, so we gotta get past him here. Beautiful. Oh my god, that drift was rough because we touched her. We bounced off of Daisy there and it just ruined our drift. That's what you get for touching me, you freak. Don't appreciate that. I do believe you though, Hollow Man. You probably would have carried me. I mean, I know that's true because you've literally carried me in Fall Guys in the past. Yeah, the one downside of this cart, even though I'm much faster, and I feel like I have a much better chance of winning now, because my old cart, I was just too slow to catch up to anyone. But the one downside of this cart is the drifting is very mediocre. So like this turn, I have to hold the left button down. We gotta just stick to a hard left and we still can barely make it around that spiral tower. But it's okay, everything's fine. And we finished with a gold cup, which is what I needed after that last Grand Prix. After getting bronze in the last Grand Prix, I needed a mental kind of comeback. I need something to cheer up the spirits, you know? Alright. Run it back. I think we're going to stick with that cart. But I do want to check one more thing. So, I want to compare stats with a couple other characters on that card. Because, like I said, I think the Zipper might actually be my favorite. Okay, Yoshi's heavier. I'm basically checking if anyone is a lighter weight character than Dry Bones. No, Toad I think has the same stats. Weight, handling. I could be wrong, but I think Toad has the same exact stats as Dry Bone. Yeah, it looks similar. It might be off by like a smidge. No, actually. Toad has more weight than Dry Bones. Dry Bones is the lowest weight character in the game. Then what does Toad have? What does Dry Bones have that Toad doesn't? I think he has better handling. No, better drift and better acceleration. They're very similar. I might just be going crazy, but do you guys see what I'm saying here? Like, it's a minuscule difference between Dry Bones and Toad, but Dry Bones has the better stats, I think. At least he has the stats that I care about more. Alright. We had matches where only 3 squad members were up against teams of 4 and we still managed to win. You would have been fine. I guess you're right. I mean, I'm not bad at Fall Guys. I just, like I said, I don't know like the speed running strats that other people use to finish some of those levels in 10 seconds. There was only one match where we didn't make the finals, and that was 100% my fault as I messed up. That's honestly impressive that you made it to the final in every game except one. Also, boys, I know I talked about it for like 10 minutes at the beginning of the stream, and I went on a very long intro about this, but I gotta say it again. I feel like I'm gonna be saying it over and over again for the first couple live streams we do on DS, but it just feels so good to hold a DS in my hand while playing this game. It feels so amazing to play this game on physical hardware and be able to live stream it directly to my computer. Having a DS capture card might be one of the happiest achievements of my life. One of the greatest things I've ever gone out of my way to obtain and do. Because this capture card, bro, being able to play this game physically, it's just, I'm having the time of my life, dude. I'm having so much fun. I do feel like I'm going to need to get a wrist rest in the future, though, if we continue to play this game. Or if we, honestly, not just this game. If we continue to live stream the 3DS, I'm going to need to get a capture card. Because I'm resting my arms on my wooden desk. And therefore, it's obviously a little uncomfortable. It feels like the desk is kind of digging into my forearms here. Ow, bro. Oh my god, what a banana. What a snipe! Dude, I am the American sniper. I'm the greatest to ever do it. I'm the greatest to ever throw my banana around. Sorry. That one's on me, boys. Oh my god, I just jumped so high in the air. I want to do that again. Oh, never mind. I didn't time it properly. But you know, I've been meaning to get a wrist rest anyways, because I wanted one for my keyboard. I really mean that fish, eat your banana. You're not wrong. Oh, the blue shell is very helpful right now. Whenever I'm not in first place, the blue shell is the greatest moment of my life. Whenever I'm in first place, it's the lowest moment of my life. The worst I've ever felt. It's like I timed that, bro. The game can hear me, and I hate that. It's creepy. Like, hey Siri, stop fucking stalking me. It is listening. It heard me talking shit. The game heard me talking shit and it put me in my place. I hate that. Okay, that's helpful, actually. Okay. That's a little less helpful. We can still catch up a couple placements with that. No, that's what I was trying to avoid. I was really trying to avoid the red shell getting clipped by the walls. The green shell's in fourth, not what I needed, respectfully. I don't think we can win. I just want to make a comeback to third, maybe. Nah, we can't. I needed a red shell there to make a comeback. The mushroom didn't catch up enough. Right on the edge of third place, but not enough. Bad news, fourth place. Good news, we're only 2 points behind first on the totem pole. I definitely should go back and clip that banana thing, though. Very funny. It was such a good shot. I threw that like a Hail Mary pass. Quarterback on the last play of the game. Oh, that sucks. If I have to listen to Waluigi say, "Oh yeah," one more time, I'm gonna lose it, brothers. Oh, that sucks. That's so bad, brother. Stop pushing me into the dirt. I already went in the world. I already drove through the dirt once on my own accord. I don't need you to do it to me as well. Oh, wait. Too fast. And I'm drifting the wrong way. Brother. Can I get an item? Asking for a friend. Oh, shoot. Feel so bad. I just murdered my boy Luigi. Missed the item box, but I still jumped over the water. I will say the other nice thing about this cart, compared to the one we were using earlier, the Power Flower, this cart has a bigger hitbox, so it's easier for us to get items. Because, well, it's also easier for us to spin out in water. But like my old cart, the hitbox is so small, I can just slip in between 2 item boxes. This one, there's no way that's happening. What the heck? That was crazy. His mini boost is so good. His mini turbo stat is through the roof. Looked like he used a mushroom. That's how good the mini turbo was. Not gonna lie, I actually miss the Mario Kart days when you only had 1 item box slot. Not a fan of the 2 they always do now. I do think the 2 item box slots can be overpowering. Can't think of the word I'm trying to use. Overpowered, dude. How did I forget that word existed? I just literally could not remember what it was. Oh, okay. No, I do think that 2 item boxes is a bit overpowered. Especially if you're in first place, because you can basically forever be able to protect yourself. And it makes it really difficult to ever get past first place. Let me restart that sentence because I messed up like 2 times. Just misspoke my entire way through that sentence. What am I doing? But no, with double item boxes and 2 item slots, it makes it way too overpowered, and first place can just kind of sandbag their entire way to a victory by holding on to defense items. And I know sandbagging is usually a term used for like purposefully going into last place to get good items, but like when you're in first, you can basically do the same thing but with defense items. You become untouchable because sure, you might have like a coin, but then behind that coin is always a banana or a green shell. Or if someone has double red shells, triple red shells, and you have double defense items, they're only hitting you once, maybe. If they have 2 red shells, then they're not hitting you at all. So it makes it really easy for first to just kind of get a lead and become untouchable. Their lead will just always be growing. And I don't like that. Like, I've played Mario Kart 8 and Deluxe for Wii U and Switch. And I honestly like the Wii U version better because of the 1 item box slot. It does feel like it's more skilled because they can't abuse the items to just prevent you from ever catching up to them. I agree. I kind of agree, not gonna lie. You know, there was something I wanted to do while I was thinking about it. I was talking about wanting to get a wrist rest earlier, right? I think I might buy a wrist rest here on not right now. Sorry, I just want to pull it up. Because a lot of places are going to be doing Cyber Monday sales soon. I want to look up at the Logitech store. Shop. Accessories, keyboard accessories. Where's the Logitech wrist rest? Everyone says that the Logitech wrist rest is the best wrist rest in the gaming market, but I don't see it on their store right now. Maybe it's sold out. What if I just search wrist rest on their store? No. It must be sold out or they don't sell it anymore. That would be crazy though, right? Everyone complimented how good the Logitech wrist rest was. And if they stop selling it, that seems like almost like a disservice to themselves, their own company, for discontinuing an item everyone loved. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. I will say though, I would greatly appreciate some wrist rest suggestions in the chat. Because like I said, I'm looking to buy one and don't know what would be the best, what would be comfortable. Let me know, boys. Let me know if y'all got any good suggestions. It doesn't have to be huge. I would just prefer it to be long, if that makes sense. It doesn't need to be wide. I just need it to be long. Because I got a very long desk. That's what she said. Yeah. No. Oh, shoot. Took my hand off the DS. You need 2 hands for this bad boy. That's also what she said. Anyways. I should maybe focus on winning, not making sexual innuendos. Oh my god, I missed the item box. That's not what she said. She's never said that. She's good at Mario Kart. That's not terrible. We can do a little shortcut here. Ooh, I don't know. First place is a very good lead right now. I don't know how we're going to catch up to this guy. We either need like a lucky blue shell, or need reds. 1 red. Oh my god, okay. Somehow we caught up to him. Not only did we catch up to him in our speed. Oh, no, no, no. Stop, 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 stop. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I caught up to him, and then I almost threw the entire game away. What is wrong with me, bro? How do we feel about the stream layout, by the way? I'm very proud of this stream layout. Oh my god, why did I just do that? Alright. Let's not pay attention to the fact that I'm in 8th place, but instead, let's focus on this really cool stream layout I got going on. Like, I tried using other live streamers as inspiration. I was using that! It's fine, you can have the golden mushroom, I guess. No, I looked on, like, Twitch for other live streamers who were playing, like, Mario Kart DS, or Mario Kart 7, or, you know, any sort of DS game. I also specifically was looking around at, people playing Pokemon Black and White, just because I like Pokemon Black and White. Like, I said that I was going to be doing research on other streamers' layouts, and instead I just got sucked into watching Pokemon Black and White content. But in my research, I saw that a lot of live streamers use a layout that leaves so much blank space on the screen. Like, they'll have the top screen of the DS in a very, like, small window, and the bottom screen of the DS in an even smaller window. And I don't want to call anyone out, per se, but I do want to, like, maybe find an example of a streamer who doesn't have face cam on and, like, blur out their username. So it wouldn't be something that I would do tonight, clarify. But I do want to give you all, like, an example without, you know, without sharing that streamer's identity of what I mean. Actually, there is a way we could do an example, and it wouldn't expose anyone, and I wouldn't have to, like, you know, be mean to a streamer directly. I could pull it up in Microsoft Paint. We'll do that after this race, actually. But no, like, I was trying to go on Twitch to find inspiration from other live streamers, and instead, I just saw a ton of people who had, in my opinion, very subpar stream layouts. So I came up with this layout, which I'm actually very proud of. I made it pretty much on my own. And it not only allows the gameplay to be the center of attention and the majority of the screen, but I still have space for a face cam, I still have space for my, you know, notifications, the people who follow, subscribe, etc. And I like that. I agree, by the way, in the chat. I'm not a fan of blank space either. So if I can't get a good layout that avoids it, I just start over or don't that game. I usually fill that space with a static image. Yeah, that's also a good idea. That's why, like I said, I have the face cam filling in a lot of that space, and I have the notifications down there. No, there. Notifications down there to kind of fill in some of that space as well. Oh shoot, I was supposed to go on Microsoft Paint. Give me a sec. We'll pause our game here when this race starts. Pause? Thank you. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me open Microsoft Paint. Paint. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Where is monitor 1? There we are. Okay. So let's pretend that this window here, I'll fill it in so you guys can see it a bit better. I realize it's white on white currently. Where's my fill tool? Black. Okay. All right. Let's pretend that this is the streamer's layout. What I was seeing a ton of people do is they would have, like, the DS's top screen over here, filling up a ton of space. The bottom screen, like, really, really small. And then, like, a VTuber avatar. It looks like I've drawn an alien, not a human. That's okay. And there'd just be so much blank space all around that. Or what I would see someone do is make, like, the game 90% of the screen. This is the top screen of the DS. And they would have, like, a really, really small screen for the bottom, and then, like, a face cam somewhere up here. But that still left a bunch of empty space all in here. And I just didn't get it. You know what I also didn't understand? there were some people, like, it gets even worse. There were some live streamers that would have the DS, like, over here. That's the DS gameplay. Top screen, bottom screen. And then they'd have their face cam over here, either filling up all of this space and leaving the gameplay as the minority of the screen, or their face cam would just be in a little box and they'd have all of this open space being used for nothing. And I just don't understand why. I don't understand why you wouldn't want the gameplay to be the priority, to be the biggest thing on screen. And then I think the most egregious stream setup I saw of a 3DS was just doing the top screen. That was their stream. No face cam, which I'm not going to judge people for. If you don't want to do face cam, that's entirely your choice. But not doing the bottom screen. Oh, wait, you guys can't see that. It's cut off by the chat. Not doing the bottom screen, just no bottom screen at all, is like a waste. Because the whole appeal of a DS is the dual screen. It's in the name. So there were a lot of streamers that I thought had really, really subpar layouts. And therefore, I went on Twitch trying to find inspiration of how to set my stream layout up. And instead, I didn't get, instead of getting inspiration, I just got annoyed. So I made this layout entirely on my own. And I'm actually very happy with it. I'm very proud of it. But it is a shock to me just how poor some of the layouts I saw online were. And again, I'm not going to start beef with any specific streamers. I just, expect better. My guess is that a lot of people just didn't want to stretch the image, but who knows? I get that, but it's 2 seconds of work. You know what I mean, dog? Like, maybe I'm just crazy. And I'm glad you feel the same way as I do. Because I hate blank space on a screen. That's the item. Like, if I'm live streaming, I want to try to utilize every inch of my screen. Every inch of my stream, I want something cool or entertaining or interactive to be on there. And therefore, I don't know, it just felt weird when I saw a lot of people on Twitch not doing that. And I get it, like, the DS is a difficult game to live stream because it's the only console where you have to give priority to 2 capture devices, 2 screens, if you will, and how to balance that and make it fit on the page is difficult, admittedly. But, like, I don't think that's an excuse for people to be, for lack of a better word, lazy when it comes to their stream layout. Oh no, I wanted to steal 7th place's item, and instead I accidentally stole the banana that was being held on to by, like, 2nd or 3rd place. God dang it, bro. Okay, that lightning... It could have came at a worse time. It could have happened when I was flying over that shortcut and I fell into the void. Fell into the abyss, but that lightning was very, very poorly timed because it got rid of both my items. On one side, I'm trying to be optimistic, glass half full. Could have been worse, but it also could have been better. It's fine, we won. That's all that matters. But yeah, I appreciate the compliment, by the way, on the stream layout. That means a lot. And I also appreciate the fact that we both have the same viewpoint there. Actually, this is a live stream where if you think something different than me, we don't share the same opinion, you're banned, kid. Sorry. But no, I fully agree with you, Hollow Man. So, you're not banned. Sorry, but you can stay unbanned. How long to stream Skyrim the Wanderer 2? What is that game? I've never heard of that game before. What type of game is that? We should start using this, actually. I was gonna save it for the shortcut, but I realized there is no shortcut on this version of the map. I was thinking about I was literally picturing the course as if it was in Mario Kart 8, where there are shortcuts on that S-bend. There's no shortcuts in this version. I was just wasting my own time. We will, however, take the little waterfall shortcut over here. Beautiful. There's just something so appealing. It fills me with, like, childlike joy. I just ran into a wall while I was saying that. No, there's something just so blissful about taking that shortcut on Yoshi Circuit. The shortcut through his fun little foot. I didn't like the way I said that. I'm sorry. I'll be making an apology statement later, don't worry. See, right now we're kind of killing it with these drifts. Never mind. I was looking really clean, though. Oh, no. Blue shell. Not good, not good, not good. Right at the end of the third lap, too, boys. Go, go, go! Acceleration, please! I did not like that. Did not like that at all. Oh my god, I've been a mod for a streamer that started doing that, and they unmodded me because I didn't share the same opinion as them. They thought the Barbie movie was the best movie ever, and I thought it sucked. Yeah, I thought it was overhyped. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it was terrible, but it wasn't good. No, yeah. Oh wait, we get a cutscene? I guess because it was the last Grand Prix in the game. Okay, I'll use this cutscene. This music is beautiful, by the way. I'm feeling myself. Anyways, I'm gonna use this little credit scene to go on a short rant. I don't understand how some streamers think that they have, like, the ego to ban people because they have a different opinion. And there are some live streamers who do that purposefully. Like, they purposefully are a very divisive person with divisive opinions, and they know that their opinions are gonna kind of split people into two groups or two sides, and anyone who's not on their side isn't allowed in the chat. A lot of political streamers do that, and I don't understand it. First off, I don't really vibe with political live streams because I feel like politics nowadays are just like people trying to create a further divide, like I was saying earlier, just trying to form two teams, which I think is stupid for politics, but whatever. It's the reason I don't talk about politics, because even if I talk about them in a way that is very open and understanding, which I think I am, the second you say something that someone disagrees with, they're 9 times out of 10 just gonna unfollow or ban you or never talk to you again. So there's no point in me trying to, like, have an open discussion or have a safe space for politics in my chat, because it's just gonna lead to people pissing each other off. That's why I just don't allow politics in my chat, because I think it's too divisive and too toxic. And some people might say that's lazy. Some people might say, like, oh, you're soft, you know? But I don't think it's lazy to want to have a good chat environment where people aren't, like, attacking each other because they have a difference of opinion. I just want this to be, like, a fun place where people can chill and have a good time. And I don't understand live streamers who are the opposite. And it's not just political streamers. Like I said, there are some live streamers where if you showed up in their chat and said, I think Mario Kart DS is the worst game ever, you're getting banned. And I don't get that. I don't get it, and I don't vibe with it, you know? Hot take. I think it's kind of rude. This cutscene's so cool, by the way. This cutscene is so good. Like, I want to skip the credits, but we're at the end. And it's also just a great song. So I felt like it would have been a disservice to skip those credits. The music was just too good. Oh, and the thanks for playing is actually... I wish games did that more nowadays. I feel like it's such an old kind of sign of the times. Back in the day, you used to get like a thanks for playing screen or a compliment from the developers. And it's so nice. See, that's sweet. I appreciate that. But like, nowadays, you finish a game and they just basically say, thanks for playing, now buy our DLC. Or, go fuck yourself, because you didn't buy our DLC. Alright. I know we just got the credits, but we actually have one more Grand Prix to play. One more Grand Prix that we haven't played yet tonight. And it's the Special Cup. And I was purposefully saving the Special Cup for last, because obviously it has Rainbow Road at the end. That should be the final course that we play here in our Grand Prix tonight. Though, we're only an hour and 30 minutes in the stream, so we could maybe play more. Maybe we play, like, the Mirror Mode Grand Prix. I don't know, how are we feeling? Thanks for playing, but you could be having more fun if you gave us more money. Exactly. Gosh, don't you know your place, consumer trash? Yeah, like I said, we've only been live for an hour and 30. And I planned on, oh god, live streaming a little bit more than that. So, maybe we play Mirror Mode. I don't know. I don't have work tomorrow, so it's not like I need to go to bed early tonight like like I did in the last live stream. Dude, in the last live stream, I was getting nervous. I was like, I'm staying up way too late. I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna pass out while at work. And thankfully, that didn't happen the next day. But I was exhausted. I had to get a coffee just to stay awake, and I never drink coffee. I hate caffeine. It makes me anxious and shaky. Like, I get the jitters. But, yeah, the last live stream, I was, like, low-key regretting it in the moment. Not because I was, like, you know, upset with the chat or the live stream. I love live streaming, obviously. But I was regretting it because I knew I was going to be dead at work the next day. Also, I still need to go back and play more Sonic Racing. Sorry, I realized I should have connected the dots. My last live stream was me playing Sonic Racing. I realized I should have maybe played more of that game. And I still need to finish some of the single-player content. So in the next couple days, I think we're going to play probably only that game. Like, the next 2 or 3 days, it's going to be a ton of Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Because, like I said, I need to beat the game before we start our next series on Twitch. Oh, no, leave me alone, Red Shell. Oh my god, I dodged it. Dude, I literally juked out a red shell. That's crazy. It was hovering underneath me. I thought I was going to get just destroyed when I landed. But I jumped over it a second time, and it didn't know what to do. The red shell just went off to a wall and killed itself. That was crazy. That was so cool. Oh. Talk about bangers. Peach Gardens is a banger. It's an underrated track. And then they brought it back for the Booster Pass in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Speaking of DLC, I know we were just talking about that in the chat. And they made this course even better in that DLC. They took a great course and turned it into, like, a GOAT. Turned it into one of the greatest Mario Kart tracks of all time. Oh no, that's a wall. Ow. I have Sonic Racing transformed for the Vita. And even though it's a bit janky, it's also a really fun game, so I'm not surprised Sonic game is able to improve things. Yeah, no, I think Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is amazing, and I've been having so much fun playing it. The only reason I'm trying to, like, beat it so quickly, and it almost sounds like I'm trying to just be done with the game, which isn't true. I'm not just trying to, like, hit it and quit it type shit, but the reason I'm trying to beat the game is because the new Pokemon game comes out on Thursday, and I want to finish Sonic before I start the new Pokemon game, you know what I mean? I don't want to be playing a million games on live stream at the same time and have a million ongoing series on my channel. It's a problem, and I know I've talked about this before on stream, so apologies if I'm being redundant, but it was a problem that I had in the past where I would have like 7 ongoing series all at the same time, and I was live streaming 7 different games, and it would just result in me getting a little overwhelmed, oftentimes just failing to complete a video game. Like, I would just abandon a game in the middle of a Let's Play instead of beat the game. And it would take me so long to beat the games I was playing because I was playing so many at once. Like, a Let's Play that should have only taken me a couple weeks would take me a couple months because I didn't have the time to dedicate to it. That's fine. There's no blue shells. We win this if we get no blue shells. Everything's fine. I even hit Donkey Kong with the banana at the end there. That's funny. But yeah, no, I'm loving Sonic Racing Cross World. Also, I just realized, I didn't realize it till right now, and it's gonna bother me if I don't fix it, that the bottom screen is like a pixel off. Give me a second. Oh, I can't fix it right now because I'm live. God, I hate that. One of my least favorite updates with my stream software. You guys see what I'm saying, though? There's like a little pixel worth of space where you can see the top screen. But my stream software won't let me fix it right now. That's so annoying. That's gonna bother me. It's fine. I'll make sure to fix it by the next live stream. Oh. I don't think live streaming different games is always a bad thing, but I do feel it's better if you keep it to a schedule. Yeah, oh, I agree. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to go the opposite end of the extreme, and I'm not trying to have the opposite problem where we only play one game at a time, which means if you don't like that game, you're not going to like the stream until we move on to the next game. Obviously, I don't want that problem either. You know, I don't want to deter people from watching my stream because I'm not playing the games they like to watch. I'm just trying to find like a happy medium between the two, you know? I'm trying to find a good middle ground between playing one game at a time and playing 7 games at a time. Because both of those, in my opinion, are just bad. Bad options. They're not fun for the chat. So, right now, I'm playing... Well, I was playing 3 games at a time, and I just beat Donkey Kong, so we're down to 2. I want to beat Sonic Racing before the Pokemon game comes out, but I guess if I don't, it's not the end of the world, because we'd only be playing 3 games: Sonic Racing, Pokemon Fire Red, and Pokemon Leaf Green. But I would still like to beat Sonic Racing, you know? Because then, if I beat Sonic Racing... Why did I do that? I knew that was going to hit me. I got myself trapped in, like, an unskippable death cutscene. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. If I beat Sonic Racing, technically we'll only be playing 2 games at once. Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, and Pokemon Legends ZA. Which, you know, might be a little boring because it's 2 Pokemon games, but that does open the door for me to play a 3rd game that is different. Like, maybe we'll... I don't know, maybe we'll go back and replay Stardew Valley. I've been thinking about that a lot, actually. Stardew Valley was the first game I ever live streamed, and I technically beat the game. But since then, the game has updated so much, and they've added so much new content, that I feel like you know, I have to go back and play it because there's so much I haven't done in that game. But yeah, like Stardew Valley was the first game we ever live streamed like 10 years ago. It's crazy to think, by the way, that I've officially been on Twitch for 10 years as of this year. I started in 2015 and it's 2025, baby. But like, maybe we'll go back and play Stardew again, or maybe we'll play Minecraft again. Where am I going? Oh my god, it took me so long to fall off the map. I dodged the blue shell, though. The blue shell didn't even know where to go. Oh, that was close. Oh my god. I almost jumped off the map a second time. But yeah. So that's partially why I want to finish Sonic Racing, because then we can start another game. And I'm really, really trying to have this attitude lately of actually finishing the games I play and then starting new games, because there's so many games I still haven't played. And I know I say that, and then in the same breath I'm saying that I want to play Stardew Valley again, which wouldn't be a new game, but it is a very good game, and a lot of the content would be new for me. Like I said, when I beat that game, it was so many years ago that nowadays, if I loaded up that save file with all the new updates, I probably don't even have like half of the content done in like modern day Stardew Valley. Like, back when I was playing that game years ago, I almost 100% it. Like, I had almost all of the content complete, with the exception of the cooking recipes. The cooking was the only thing I didn't 100% in that game. And if I looked at my old 100% save file and updated it to the new content, it would probably be like 50%. Like, the content in that game has all but doubled. So yeah, I definitely want to go back and play that. And I don't feel like it would be a waste of a game, or like a waste of our quote-unquote stream schedule. Because like I said, there's a lot of content that we have not done yet. Stardew Valley was the first game I saw you play? That's kind of crazy to say. That's a crazy thing for me to read. Because I know anyone who's watched me play Stardew Valley has got to be, like, an OG. Like, that means you've been watching for years. Which is easy to say out loud. And I appreciate it. Like, don't get me wrong. It warms my heart. But in a weird way, it makes me, like, feel old. Oh, no! Okay, we're going to the third lap here. And we were just getting destroyed by red shells there. So we need to have a bit of a comeback here. I will say, I think this is a very underrated Rainbow Road. Like, I was begging and praying for them to add this Rainbow Road to the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe booster packs. No, I'm trying to throw these forward, but it's not working. Like, I really wanted this Rainbow Road in the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC. And I'm happy with the Rainbow Roads we got, don't get me wrong. But I do think this one deserved a spot. Please, please connect. Oh my god, what a finish. We're the greatest. Dude, we are the greatest, boys. If it helps, I'll always be older than you. You know, I don't know if I would say that helps, but it makes me feel less alone. So, yeah. In some ways, yes. Alright, as much as I love these credits, we've already watched them once, so we can skip them this time. We can move on. We haven't even been live for 2 hours yet, boys. I will be honest, my stomach's starting to hurt a little bit because I haven't eaten dinner. But I still have a Baja Blast Midnight from lunch. Sorry, I realized that sounded like I was just being a shill for Taco Bell. Like I'm getting paid by Taco Bell. But I do love the new Baja Blast Midnight. It's so good. Oh my god. I'm addicted. It's a problem. Alright, what are we thinking? You could do mirror mode. Why not? See, the reason I was questioning what I wanted to do is because we could go play the missions, but there's so many missions, I don't think we could do that tonight. We might need to dedicate an entire live stream just to playing the missions. Oh, wait, no, mirror mode. Let's do mirror mode. You know what? I've decided. You guys aren't going to believe this. I've decided we're going to play mirror mode. Sorry. Sometimes when I repeat myself, because it's a not necessarily a bad habit I have, but it's a habit I've developed from live streaming, where I'll say things a couple times just to build up the joke. But then I'll catch myself doing it too much, and then the joke becomes not me building it up, but me just saying it over and over and over again. Like, the joke turns into me purposefully repeating myself, because I think it's funny. I don't care if anyone else thinks it's funny, I think it's hilarious, so... Like I said, I'll purposely repeat myself 10 times if I have to, just because I think it's the funniest thing ever. Just killed all my momentum, bro. You know, I talked a lot about how good this game is, and how I love the tracks, but I do think this might be one of the most boring tracks in a Mario Kart game. Dang, I was trying to steal his mushroom, but I got nothing. It's unlucky. Like, Mario Kart DS has a lot of amazing tracks. I think it might have one of the best lineups of any Mario Kart game when it comes to the new tracks they introduced. And I get it, this is supposed to be like the tutorial, the first track you play in the game. It's supposed to be easy, but it's a little too easy. It's a little too boring. This might be the only track in the game that I think is bad. Well, the Jackbox party packs have taught me anything. It's that I'm absolutely hilarious and everyone doesn't know what funny is. I played Jackbox once on stream, but I got a little bored of it, like, quickly. I got pretty bored of it within, like, the first 2 hours. And I know there's a lot of different party packs and Jackbox games. And we were only playing, I think, like 3 or 4 of them that night. But I know a lot of them are very samey. A lot of them kind of just give off the same gameplay loop or feel. And therefore, even though I've only ever played 3 or 4 Jackbox games in my life, I don't know if I need to go play more. You know what I mean? No, that sucks. Yeah, at the very least, what I'm trying to say is I don't feel the urge to go play more Jackbox. Jackbox is one of those games that can be good or bad depending on who you're playing with. Can I steal that mushroom? Oh my god, I timed it perfectly for that mushroom. I stole that right out from under his nose. That was amazing. I don't know if I can put into words how clean that was. Just how strategic and masterful that was. Oh god, stop. I was stroking my ego a little bit too much. The game had to put me back in my place. We're fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, I think it does depend who you're playing with and what games you're playing. I just, I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna say something that sounds sad. But I don't mean it like that, okay? Don't pity me. But I don't have a lot of friends to play Jackbox with. Like, a lot of my friends will play games, but it's like once in a blue moon type of thing. I think that's just part of getting older, you know? A lot of my friends are adults with adult lives. Sorry, correction. Pretty much all of my friends are adults, okay? I'm not out here befriending minors. The only friends I have that are minors are, like, coworkers. And I think that's an exception. That's an exception that I won't judge you for, and I don't think I should be judged for. Like, You know, it would be mean to not be friendly with your coworkers just because they're minors. Now, am I gonna go hang out with them outside of work? No, but I'll play video games with them. Sorry, I just realized I needed to clarify, you know. I'm not out here catching... I can't even say it without laughing. What I'm trying to say is I'm not out here befriending minors like I'm catching Pokemon, okay? But, no, to go back to my original comment, I don't really have a lot of friends to play video games with. It's not a lot of my friends play games anymore. Very sad. I like sometimes reminiscing on the good old days, in quotations, back in like high school and college when me and my friends would play games literally every day together. And it almost makes me sad to think about those days and like to reminisce because I had so many different friends in my life who I would play games with every single day. And now most of those people I don't even talk to anymore. I don't know, man. It really is. I thought that was a real item box. Oh my god, oh no, 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 no. Fuck my friends. I'm gonna lose. Oh no, and I lost my item. Oh, that sucks. Whatever. Fuck having friends, you know? Fuck it. Anyways, what was I even saying? Oh, yeah, like, I'll go back and reminisce and watch, like, old YouTube videos I made or old live streams I did with my group of high school and college friends, and it makes me sad that, you know, we're not playing games anymore. Like, I literally used to have a YouTuber group that I was a part of. Now, YouTuber group should be in quotations, because none of us were that popular. We all had either 3-digit or 4-digit subscribers. No one was in the 10,000s. But, like, I was a part of a YouTuber group back in the day. And I don't play games with any of those people anymore. And it's not because I have, like, you know, bad blood with any of them. Well, there's one. But he is also kind of a really weird person. And I don't mean weird in, like, the watches hentai type of way. That's not weird. That's cool. I love hentai. Sorry. No, like, he's not weird in, like, the quirky way. He's weird in, like, the says slurs and thinks it's funny type of way. Basically, he's just not a good person. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, I don't know why I used hentai as a weird attribute. That was basically me just calling myself weird. Anyways. I get so off track sometimes when I have these conversations on stream. Yeah, I used to be a part of this YouTuber group, and I don't play video games with, like, any of them anymore. And it makes me really sad, because like I said, none of us are on bad terms, except for me and that one guy. They just all went their separate ways in life. And none of them really, you know, live stream or make YouTube videos anymore. Actually, I think zero people from that YouTube group still make content. I'm the only one that is making content now a decade later. It's kind of sad to say out loud. Makes me feel like I'm the last one in my platoon to survive a war. I went to Nam, came back alone with PTSD. Sorry. I shouldn't compare live streaming to Vietnam. That's so funny. Oh, that's so silly. Egotistical streamer. That's a big streamer moment right there. My job is more difficult than going to war. Streaming is more difficult than Vietnam. Sorry, guys. I'm obviously joking. Yeah. Funnily enough, I've actually been a part of a couple content creation groups. That was just the first one. We can talk about it a little bit. It'll be something fun to talk about. But yeah, I don't know. It just makes me sad to reminisce sometimes. I used to play games with a group of people, but then one person in the group got jealous of me and started treating me like crap. Then the others followed suit. That's rough. I've had similar things happen before. Actually, we're gonna tell a couple stories now. Actually, you've inspired me to go on a variety of rants. So story number one is actually gonna be kind of relatable to that exact chat message you just said. I used to be part of a content creation group slash gaming group, because not everyone in the group was a content creator, but everyone in the everyone in the group loved video games. That's what you get for bumping me out of the map, Bowser. It was actually the last group I was ever a part of. And then after this group, I think I had too many trust issues to join another group. And it's difficult to talk about this group because, like I said, not everyone was a content creator. And there also wasn't, like, an official name to the group. Actually, that's a lie. We eventually did come up with a name. It was called Wonderland. So we'll just go back in time, actually. This is a good starting point for this story because it's the most recent thing that has happened. And therefore, we can kind of start working our way backwards. And we can tell the story from the end to the beginning. We're gonna go in opposite order. So, the last content creation group I was a part of was called Wonderland. And it was a combination of people that live stream, people that uploaded to YouTube, and then some people that weren't content creators at all. They just liked playing video games and they were friends with people in the group. And there was a couple weird things that happened in the Wonderland group. Some weird drama, if you will. And one of those things was a guy who eventually ended up blocking me. And I think it's because he believed that I was trying to flirt with a girl in the group that he very obviously had a crush on. Now, I want to make it very clear. I'm married. I'm not trying to flirt with some female live streamer. I, however, am a very charismatic person, and I do think one of the positive traits that I have, one of the few positive traits that I possess, is being able to get along with pretty much anyone. So I will admit, me and this one girl, sorry, I got a notification on my stream. I will admit, me and this one girl did get along very well. But, like, it was completely platonic. I know, crazy thought. A guy and a girl can be friends. However, this other guy in the Wonderland group got very butthurt about it. I think it was because he, well, obviously had a crush on her. He didn't do a very good job of hiding it. He had the most obvious crush on her. And I just don't think he liked that I got along with her more than he did. And I don't think he liked that she actually got along with me more than she got along with him. Which, that part's unsurprising, because again, he was kind of creepy with the way he was crushing on her. And he eventually blocked me. Not only did he eventually block me, he would go out of his way to not play games with me, which made things very uncomfortable and also just really awkward because we're supposed to be in this content creation group. And now he doesn't want to play games with me. So if people want to play games with him, they have to exclude me. Or if they want to play games with me, they have to exclude him. And I think that was the catalyst for what eventually led to that group falling apart. And similarly to a lot of the content creation groups I'm a part of, almost no one from that group still live streams or still uploads to YouTube. Like, the Wonderland group is all but dead. There's like me and one or two other people that still make content. The group, like I said, I've been in multiple content creation groups. So the group before that was a group called Dirt. And Dirt was not owned by me. If anything, I was maybe one of the least active members of Dirt. And I should clarify, of the 3 content creation groups I've been a part of, I was technically like a co-owner of 2 of them. meaning I was like one of the founders and one of the people that like helped build the group up and invite new members to the group. Dirt was the only group that I was not a founder of. I was not one of the original members, and I was probably the least active member. So, while I understand why Dirt no longer exists, I can't really be that sad about it because it's partially my fault too. Like, I was not active at all. However, Dirt was a lot of fun, especially for like Minecraft content back in the day. We played a lot of Minecraft content together. Oh wait, I did not realize this was the end of the race. I could have definitely tried to get first place if I actually used my green shells, but I didn't use them. That's embarrassing. But yeah, I do miss Dirt, don't get me wrong. Like, I had a lot of fun playing games with those guys and gals and everyone. Like, I had a lot of fun playing games with the people in Dirt, but it was admittedly the group that I had the least kind of stake in. It was a group that I put the least amount of effort into, and, you know, that's partially my fault that it doesn't exist anymore. I can admit that. Oh, no, you're not stealing my star, bitch. And then the first group I was ever a part of was called Hazardcraft. And if you can't tell by the name, it was a Minecraft group. Because Minecraft groups back in the day, dude, they were all the rage. If you weren't in a Minecraft group back in the day, you weren't a YouTuber. So, Hazardcraft was before I even live streamed. And I made a lot of YouTube videos with a lot of different guys. And most of them were Minecraft. And it was a good time. But I think it was a product of the time. By that I mean, I was in high school. Pretty much everyone in that group was in high school. And we all had unlimited time to make content. We would just come home from school and make videos. Whereas, like, nowadays, I have not a lot of time to make content. Like, I work, I have a wife, I have a personal life, so my free time is very limited. But I do kind of miss Hazardcraft. It makes me sad to think about it sometimes because, like I said in, you know, the beginning of this topic, I spent so much time playing games with those guys. I would play video games with them literally every day. And it makes me sad to look back on it because I don't play video games with them anymore. Pretty much none of them. There's one exception, but even he doesn't play games much anymore. And I don't want to call him out because I love him, but I also do want to shout him out because I love him. And it's Melon Wizard, my boy Zach. He was on the live stream like as recent as a month ago, but he otherwise doesn't really play games much anymore. And that's a bummer. I understand it. But like, even him, I miss him and we still talk. So, I will say, even though Hazardcraft is the oldest group I was a part of, and it was the group with arguably the most cringy content, because we were all so young and we didn't know how to make good content, it's the group I miss the most because it was just a group of guys all playing games together, having fun, and we would just hang out and talk every night. And I miss that. I miss just talking with my friends daily. Now, while that's sad to say, it's not like my life is worse. You know, I have a wife who I get to hang out with every single day. And she's a much more fun, entertaining, and much more close relationship than any of the YouTube groups I was a part of. Like, she's my best friend. So I'm happy that I get to hang out with her every day. But I do sometimes miss the, like, wide array of friends I used to have and the other content creators I used to make content with. And, I don't know, sometimes I think about it, and sometimes I almost, like, want that feeling back. Does that make sense? Like I want to relive those glory days. But, at the same time, I know that's a near impossibility, because I'm never going to be in a place in my life, like high school, where I can just play video games every day. Like, that's not going to be a thing I can do again until I retire. So, yeah, I don't know. Part of me almost doesn't want to join another content creation group because I don't want to experience that feeling of loss again. That's a very dramatic way of wording it, but I think it's true. It's almost like having trust issues after a bad relationship. So, I don't know. That's why I say, like, I don't think I would be in another content creation group. But at the same time, I'm not opposed to it. Like, that isn't a completely closed off avenue. Why is there 2 blue shells in the 3rd lap? Dog, leave me alone, please. Shoot, I missed the item box. I really needed that. Oh my god, at this point I'm just throwing. That sucks. That's rough. That's rough. It's okay. We still have 3 races to make a comeback here. But yeah, I didn't get to finish my point. Apologies. At the same time, I'm not going to close off the option of being in a YouTuber group again, or the possibility of being in a YouTuber group, or a live streaming group, for that matter. I know how difficult it is for, like, smaller content creators to form a group and stick to it. So I know it would be very unlikely that that group survives, regardless of who's the founder, who's the members. It's difficult. You know, the thing is, I know... I'm trying to find a nice way to word this that doesn't make me sound like a shill. I'm well aware how good collaborative content can be for growing your content, your channel, your live stream. And that's why part of me wants to get back into, like, doing group gaming sessions or being a part of a live streaming group, because I know that collaborating with other people is a huge, almost like, key to success. It's like the recipe for growing online. It's finding an entertaining group of people to play games with and sticking to it. But I think, again, just because I've had so many groups fall apart, I'm not ready to have my heart broken again, you know? Oh, that red shell was just the warning shot before the blue shell. I hate that. The group I was a part of, I was the co-founder too. Only one person in the group stood up to how I was being treated. Now him and I play games every Friday. That's actually really nice, though. Like, the fact that you were getting treated like that obviously sucks. But if any good were to come out of it, it's the fact that you now have that, like, friend who... I don't want to speak for you, but I'm assuming it's, like, a much closer friend than anyone else in that group was for you. And that's kind of nice, actually. That's very heartwarming to read. Oh no, I dodged the blue shell but ran into a banana. Bad, bad, bad. Oh yeah, definitely. That's good then. I'm glad to hear that. No, 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 no. Stop, stop, stop. Bad, bad things are happening. Oh my god. Dude. I almost choked. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're tied for first place in points, which is good. We just gotta keep that momentum. Keep winning, boys. Gotta keep winning. I also have trust issues since one of the reasons I don't stream that often anymore. People suck. Yeah, I feel that. I feel for you as well. Like, it's rough. I will say, though, sometimes when I do get very reminiscent and nostalgic about those old content creation groups, I start thinking about, like, making another one in a more, like, you know, protect way. Like, I'm thinking about it, I'm not actually trying to do it. And I've come up with some really good names for content creation groups if I ever try to get back into it, or ever try to make another one. Because like I said, 2 of the 3 groups I was a part of, I was the co-founder or founder of. So, yeah, I've come up with some fun names, and I'm gonna keep them in the back of my mind in case I ever do get back into it. I just have them banked in my memory. McLovin's taken, don't steal it. No, I'll tell you one of the names I have because I just think it's just clean. As long as you promise not to steal it. Because you know how like some groups, they have to have like a, oh, where am I going? I forgot we're in mirror mode. I feel like some content creation groups, their name either sounds really professional, really, really like purposefully silly. Like, I'll give you two examples. Offline TV. I think that's a very professional name, but it's not very fun. Another group that actually doesn't exist anymore, but it was the first group that came into my mind when I thought of this. Chuckle Sandwich is a name that comes to my mind when I think of a group that's silly and quirky, and the name is not very professional. But what I find to be the best group names are the ones that fit in a perfect medium between the two. It's like the median in a math equation. Something that can be like funny or, quirky, but also professional. And those are the names of groups that I try to come up with. That's why the one group that I did create all on my own was Hazard. No. Hazardcraft was a co group thing. Sorry, I misspoke. The one group that I did come up with all on my own was Wonderland. And I actually thought Wonderland was a very good middle ground between professional and silly. And I'm still very proud of the Wonderland name. I would low-key use it again if Wonderland didn't fall apart. It feels like a little foreboding if I were to use the name again. Like I'm trying to have the group fail. But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I love a good group name that blends the professional side and the silly side together. I'll give you an example that I did not create. That way, I'm not just tooting my own horn. Another example is Sugar Pine 7. That was a YouTuber group that sadly no longer exists, but they were very popular from like 2016 through 2019. And Sugar Pine 7, the name sounds super professional, but the lore behind it is like more entertaining and quirky and funny. And I like that. I like that the name can sound professional, but the viewers who watch the content, the people who know the meaning behind it, can appreciate it for being more than that and being entertaining. Because like I said, there's nothing worse than a name that's professional just to try to sound like marketable. I'm not like, for example, Offline TV. I love the content creators in Offline TV, but I think the name Offline TV is just so safe and boring. Anyways, I went on this long rant just to share one of my ideas of a group that I would run in the future, a name that I like. And the name that I came up with that I think I like the most for a potential group in the future is Safari Zone. It's not too professional, not too serious, but it's also not unserious. It's not like calling your group poop butts. Sorry, I couldn't think of anything else. No, Safari Zone, I like it a lot, and it's also a reference to Pokemon. So I don't know, it's something that, at least to me, has good meaning behind it. So if I ever do make another YouTuber group again, or a live streaming group, or even just like a generic content creation group, there's a good chance it's going to be called Safari Zone, because I love that name. I think it's so clean. It also just rolls up the tongue well, Like, you don't want a group name to be super long, like the White Boys from downtown Detroit. That's too much. It's gotta flow off the tongue, and it's gotta be quick. And I think Safari Zone fits all of that criteria. I like your long rants. They're entertaining and engaging. I'm glad. Because sometimes I just feel like I feel like I'm spewing bullshit sometimes. But I'm glad they're at least entertaining and understandable. You know, you can follow with me. Because I genuinely worry about that sometimes. When I'm ranting on stream, I worry that like people are not able to follow what I'm saying because I'm just speaking in like a million different directions. And I'm talking about a million different things at once. But yeah. I would love to be in a group with the name Safari Zone. I just think it's clean. I think it's such a good name. Though at the same time, I kind of don't need another YouTuber group because, like, we technically already have our own little group within this channel. And I play games with enough of my viewers and fellow streamers like yourself that, like, in a way, it kind of feels like an unofficial group already. So, I do like that feeling, and I'm glad we have that sense of community that we've been slowly building on the channel, where we play with other streamers consistently, or we play with viewers somewhat consistently. Because I do play with a lot of the same people, and it, like I said, it has made this almost feeling, this aura of being an unofficial group. And technically I have a name for my community, so we could just use the community name as the group name. Our group on this channel can be the Wolfpack. It's the name of my Discord server. It's what I call, you know, the people that subscribe, follow. So, like, technically, I don't need to make another group because we're kind of making our own. Which almost feels more personable. It feels more special. So, I do like that. I've thought about changing my Discord name, though, from Wolfpack to, like, something a bit better, because Wolfpack is a bit generic. But again, I don't want it to be too long. Like, this is why Safari Zone is such a good name, because it's so clean. It's short, simple, rolls off the tongue. But I can't change my Discord name to Safari Zone, because no one's going to understand what that means. And also, we've kind of already established that, like, the Wolfpack is the community. I think I just don't really love the name Wolfpack, you know what I mean? I either want to make it sound more official, or change the name entirely. It is a bit generic, but it's fitting. Yeah. I've thought about making it more of like an esports vibe, but obviously we're not an esports club. But almost like a recreational kind of club, like a clan in a video game. I've thought about giving it that kind of vibe. Like, I've thought about changing my community name, or at the very least, like my Discord name, to the Wolfpack Gaming Club, because you know, I do love how a lot of, like, soccer teams have FC at the end of their name. Like, I can't think of an example off the top of my head, but I'll just make one up. Sorry, I don't watch a lot of soccer. But, like, Detroit FC, Detroit Football Club, it's such a clean name for a soccer team. Just putting FC at the end of it. So I've thought about maybe changing my Discord name to, like, Wolfpack GC, for Wolfpack Gaming Club. I think that could be kind of cool, and it would save us from falling into the pitfall and the, like, I guess, can't think of the word, like, the problem I've stated before, where I don't want the name to be too long. Like, if we changed our Discord to Wolfpack Gaming Club, 4 words, that's a lot. That's arguably too much. It's a mouthful. But if we change the Discord name to Wolfpack GC, that's kind of clean. And again, I'm not saying I am going to change it, but I do want to change it, because I feel like just having the Discord as 2 words, Wolfpack, is generic, like I said. Also, that was a super unlucky race. The entire third lap, I got 4 item boxes. Banana, triple bananas, banana. I got 4 banana item boxes in a row, so I could never catch up to people. I got 0 like mushrooms, 0 red shells, got nothing. Instead of catching up to people, I was getting passed by people. That's so unlucky. Oh, that hurt. Yeah, see, I'm glad, like, you understand what I'm saying, Hollow Man. This is what I mean. We're always on the same wavelength. This is why I'm not banning you, because we always have the same thoughts, and we agree with each other. Sorry, I'm still going back to that joke. And I'm glad you liked the name for the group, because if you didn't, you would be banned. Sorry. But... Sorry. I should not be laughing at my own jokes. It's so stupid. But yeah, I do think Wolfpack is a little generic, but maybe if we add like GC to the end of it for Gaming Club, it could kind of have that fun, you know, soccer/football aesthetic. And I do like that. That's why I'm not banning you, quotation. You know? At least I'm honest, you know? Oh, shoot, I did not think that was going for me. I thought that red shell was going for second place. That sucks. That blows. Dude, and the blue shell at the end of the third lap doesn't help either. Okay, we need something good to catch up here. No way you gave me bananas. Come on. Yes. Oh, I'm just better. I'm faster. I'm stronger. Let's get it. So today is day 1 of my baseball team being in the semifinals. Only existing team to have never won the World Series. First time they've made it to a semifinals in approximately 25 years. They're winning the game 3-1 right now. I'll be honest with you, brother. I stopped watching baseball after the season ended because my team that I like, the Arizona Diamondbacks, did not make the playoffs. They were like so upsettingly mediocre. I think I would have been less upset if they just sucked, if they were just bad. But because they had a chance of making the playoffs and they didn't, I'm like heartbroken. But ow, that's not nice. Fake item box, dude. I fall for it every time. But what baseball team do you like? What team are you a fan of? There's only like 2 wrong answers. And it can't be one of them because you said they haven't been the Mariners. Okay, that's fine. That wasn't one of the wrong answers. The wrong answers were the Yankees because fuck the Yankees, and the Houston Astros because fuck those cheaters. We don't support cheating in this chat. But those are the only 2 wrong answers in my opinion. Oh wait, we need to make a comeback here. We cannot lose to Toad specifically. We have to be in front of Toad to get a gold cup here. Beautiful. Take that, Toad. Don't worry, Toronto eliminated the Yankees. Good. Like I said, I have not paid attention at all. I have no clue what's going on in the playoffs. But forever fuck the Yankees. Sorry. I don't make the rules. Sorry. No, yeah, honestly, that's dope. I love a good underdog story. And the Seattle Mariners are that underdog. They fit that story perfectly. I didn't know it had been that long, though. Though, at the same time, maybe I should have assumed it was the Mariners based off the description you wrote in the chat. But I didn't think it had been that long. 25 years since a semifinal. Damn. Kind of crazy. Seattle versus Toronto right now. Be amazing if they could win their first World Series. 100%. And you said they're up 3-1 in the series? Or are they up 3-1 in this game that you're watching? Oh, it is the game. Sorry, you did say it was day one. Day one, game one. Hopefully they win. Because also, I don't hate Toronto, but I don't support them because they're not from America. It would make sense that we're playing on a course that looks like Toronto as we're talking shit about Toronto, and then I fall off the course. It's like the entire city of Toronto could hear me. They heard me talking smack, so they decided to just send me flying off of this snowy mountain. Not the first time that's happened tonight, though. I swear, the game has been listening to me tonight. Every time I try to say something, the game will just do the opposite. It's trying to, like, prove me wrong. It is crazy, though. It feels like I'm getting some of the worst luck, and it's always right after I say something contradictory. Like, oh man, I'm drifting so well right now, and then I fall off the map. Or fuck Toronto, and then I fall off a snowy mountain. Oh, that's not the shortcut. I thought that was the shortcut. The shortcut is up here. No, I missed the item box. Oh, no, bad. Man, this is why I hate Toronto. This course is why I hate Toronto. No. Like I said, I don't hate Toronto. I would just rather root for an American team. I didn't... Wait. You're Canadian? I feel like we've been talking for so long. We've played games together before. And I didn't know you were Canadian. What? You probably have told me that, but maybe I just blocked it out. I forgot about it because of the trauma of being friends with a Canadian. Sorry, I joke. What the heck? How did I forget that? What the heck? My camera just started glitching out. Did you guys see that? The camera just started turning left. Really? I thought you knew? Sorry, I never said anything. You don't have to apologize. I'm joking. Listen, I'm joking. I don't have a problem with any country, any race, or any people. Well, not big on the French. Don't like the French. I'm joking. I'm Canadian, and I didn't support Toronto for the longest time because they had Kevin on the team. He's no longer on the team, but when he was, he'd shout homophobic slurs. I don't know how the fuck I just mispronounced the word homophobic. That's so embarrassing. What am I doing? I don't know how to speak, read, or write. You know, admittedly, I'm not that into baseball. Like, of the 4 major sports, I watch it probably third most. I do like it, don't get me wrong, but I don't like it as much as football and basketball. And also, I don't watch a lot of it because the Diamondbacks usually suck. I did not know that. I was not up to date on the Toronto Blue Jays lore. But it makes sense that you would hate them by association. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. I've been live for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Okay, that's fine. I will be done in 4 Grand Prix. I think. I could be lying. It should be that way. 4 Grand Prix. I mean, you've played with me before. You know that's like. I'm trying to do the math because 16 Grand Prix usually took me about 2.5 hours. So what's a fourth of that? Like 30, 45 minutes? Sure. Like 30, 45 minutes. See, if you're bored, you can play the game with me. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I didn't know that Toronto lore, but it makes sense then. See, like I said, in baseball or even like in hockey, because there's obviously a lot of Canadian hockey teams in the NHL. I just naturally don't support for the don't support the non-American teams for being non-American. But I don't hate Toronto, you know. I do think the Blue Jays have a really clean logo, really clean uniforms, and therefore I do like them in that regard. Like, it sounds very silly, almost petty, that if it's a sports team that isn't my favorite, I oftentimes rank them by just how cool I think their logo or their jerseys are. But it's 100% the truth. Like, my favorite football team is the Arizona Cardinals. There's no other team that, like, comes anywhere close to how much I like the Cardinals. But some teams I do like are the Jaguars, because I think the Jaguars have a sick logo and some sick uniforms. I wouldn't call myself a fan of the Jaguars, but like, I fuck with them. Mario is karting. My dearest Sonic Generation fan, I'm so happy you're here to see this beautiful day, this momentous moment where we get to play DS games on physical hardware. I'm more happy now that you're here because I get to share in this moment with you. You know? It would be like getting married without a best man. Playing Mario Kart DS without Sonic Generation fan, not as special. So I'm glad you're here. I had a feeling you weren't going to be here though because of work. I knew you were going to be busy. Speaking of Jaguars, I once had a dream that I rode in a limo with a Jaguar. I thought it was going to eat me. Spoiler alert, it didn't. You know, you really had me going there. I was on the edge of my seat. No, the blue shell, and I didn't get an item. Everything's gone wrong. Everything's gone wrong. The capture card looks great, thank you. I'm so happy with how it turned out. I'm so glad that I didn't fry my motherboard. Like, I didn't do much of the work, I'll be honest. I had my dad help me with, like, the soldering and stuff. And all in all, he did way more work than I did. But watching him do this, like, connections on the very, very, like, tiny, like, almost micro soldering he had to do was insane. Like, watching him solder the capture card onto the motherboard of the 3DS felt like watching a surgical operation. And I was so nervous that something was going to break, whether it be the capture card or my 3DS, and the system would just be dead, bricked, gone forever. But I'm glad that didn't happen, and I'm so glad, oh god, so glad that we can stream the game. Oh my god, I thought the blue shell was coming for me. That is a miracle. We're walking on water, dude. We're turning water into wine, fish and bread into thousands of loaves and hundreds of fish guts. I probably shouldn't compare myself to Jesus, actually. Had a bit of a moment of realization there. Anyways. I'm too scared to do anything that would potentially break something. Yeah, no, that like I said, I've soldered before, but like the 3DS motherboard is a completely different beast. That's like micro soldering. Like the connections on some of the things that you have to attach the capture card to were like the size of a needle, like a surgical needle. And therefore, like, we had to use an extremely fine tip solder, which also is really difficult because it doesn't have as easy of use as a regular soldering tip. It also, like, is way more difficult to get up to the appropriate temperature. Yeah, overall, it was stressful. But I'm glad everything worked out. Because, like, the worst case scenario is both the capture card and the 3DS got destroyed, and I just wasted over $300 on those two things combined. Thankfully, neither of them were destroyed in the process, and we're out here streaming Mario Kart DS without an emulator. Because like I said at the beginning of the stream, I understand that like some people might think my excitement for this is a bit much, maybe a bit exaggerated, because some people might have the attitude of like, well, you can just emulate this. Why is it cool that you're playing on a 3DS? Because I want to hold the console in my hands. I want to hold the 3DS in my arms like a newborn baby. And it just feels so much more fun to play these games with the actual console, with the touchscreen. And it's the best console when it comes to form factor. There is not a better console to have in hand than a DS. So maybe I'm making a bigger deal about this than I should, but I think it's amazing. And I think this is one of the best updates or new types of content I've ever had on my stream. Like, this is the content I'm most excited about ever in my life. Alright. Another Grand Prix down. Star Cup complete. I lied, Abby. We actually have 3 Grand Prix left. I thought it was 4 or 5, but only 3 left. I did all of 150cc tonight, and I was only like an hour and a half into the stream, so decided to do all of the mirror mode as well. We move on to the Leaf Cup. That tiny soldering sounds crazy. No, it was insane. Like I said, I have soldering experience. I've soldered just like some basic components, and I used to solder like boards that would go into vending machines. But those boards were huge because like the components inside a vending machine have a lot of space, and therefore it's very easy to create a board that is like the size of my face because there's so much space for it to fit in a vending machine regardless of how big the electronics are. So like I've done soldering before, but it was nowhere near as stress-inducing and just crazy difficult as a 3DS motherboard. Honestly, it's kind of impressive how much Nintendo fit into this little tiny handheld, because everything is just so small. Like, it is admittedly... Oh, no. Don't fall in the water. No, I said not to. Why did you do it? At the end of the 3rd lap, too, I fucked myself. What am I doing? I was trying to drift so I could get speed to pass him. And I did pass him, but then I just drove horizontal to the finish line instead of crossing it. Oh my god. It's fine. Everything's fine. We can still get 1st place in this Grand Prix. We have so much time. So many races. Oh my god, I can't speak. 3DS capture cards are pretty rare these days. You got some exclusive content now. I know, especially because like there used to be a capture card you could physically attach to your 3DS. I watched some YouTubers back in the day who all had that version of the capture card, where you didn't need to attach it to the motherboard. It didn't need to go inside the system. It attached to the outside. But I don't know if, like, Nintendo sent some of their ninjas out there to put that shit, you know, to rest. Like, you hear a lot of stories about Nintendo ninjas going and, like, suing people for modding their games or getting entire esports tournaments shut down. So maybe the Nintendo ninjas also got that capture card shut down, or whoever was making it, because I swear there were all these YouTubers back in the day who had a capture card that attached to the outside of your 3DS, but now it's like extinct, and whoever made those capture cards doesn't exist anymore. So the only capture card you can really find for the 3DS is the one that you have to attach physically to the motherboard and internal to the system. But I don't know, man. It is kind of crazy how rare a 3DS capture card is. Like, Nintendo really shut that shit down, I'm assuming. I don't know where else they would have gone if it wasn't Nintendo's doing. How did you end up soldering vending machines? It was just like a part-time job, literally, that I did for a very short period of time. And I had some soldering experience. Oh, no, no, no. Dude, this is so bad. We're gonna lose again. I had some soldering experience, funnily enough, from Boy Scouts. So, like, I can't... No way. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my god. That was cinema. The greatest comeback of my life. In the last 2 seconds of the race, I went from 4th to 1st. And sure, I got a little bit of help from the blue shell, but, like, pure cinema. Don't think a capture card that doesn't solder to the motherboard is possible. I think those early capture cards were just so bulky they didn't fully fit in the shell. Maybe. You probably are right. I just remember watching a lot of YouTubers who used to live stream or, like, make videos on the 3DS. And I remember all of their 3DSs looked the same way, and it was with, like, a little attachment to the back. It almost looked like you had a shell on the back, like a protective case. But I don't know. You probably are right. It was probably just so bulky that it looked like that. Oh my god, get off the wall! I'm grinding on the wall. I'm grinding on the wall like two people in love grind. Sorry. We need to make a comeback here. This is a problem. The fact that we are not only in 8th place, but so far behind everyone else is a problem. You can't tell, I'm focused, because I'm not talking. No! Dude, the bullet bill literally let me out right in front of that water hazard. I'm distraught. I'm so upset. Okay. That was my fault. That time it was my fault. Alright, that one was on me. That one was on me. We're going into the 3rd lap with still such a deficit. Yeah. The 1st place is so far ahead of us. Okay, that'll help a little bit. I actually really like the blue shell in this game. I think it is very good at helping you catch up. I need to get this 1 item box. That's helpful. No. Less helpful. I don't know where I can use this bomb that'll be beneficial for us. Yeah, not really. Anywhere. We'll get at least 3rd place. I thought I was going to get past. Okay. That's fine. We're still in 1st place when it comes to points, but... Yikes, that was a rough race. I feel like I keep throwing. I'm, like, doing it to myself. Because that race... I spent the entire first 30 seconds not playing and just talking to chat, and then I thought I could make a comeback, and I could not. Hey, thank you for the follow. Road Warrior Animal Nathan. Oh my gosh, I almost couldn't pronounce that name. I was struggling to find where one word started and the next word ended. Oh, man. My brain couldn't comprehend it for a second. Hey, what's up, Polar X? We are an 8th place demon, let me tell you. Nobody does 8th place better than me. That's all I'm gonna say. Are you playing against people? No, I'm just playing the game. This is the first time I've ever played the game on stream, so I just wanted to, like, play the Grand Prix for old time's sake, you know, for nostalgia. It's fine. Everything's fine. That was a really weird turn. I don't know why I did that, like, on the outside. I may have found a way to play Mario Kart 8 for Wii U online. I'm curious. Tell me more, my brother. Augers, for real, you got a Nintendo 3DS? Yeah, the new Nintendo 3DS XL. Alright. It sounds like you're just spamming voice lines. Like, the name of this DS sounds fake. Don't worry, guys, we're playing on my new Nintendo 3DS XL. Like, what are we doing? Alright. After this race, I need to catch up on the chat. I feel bad. I definitely missed some messages. But, you know, at least we won this race. And I think that means we won the Grand Prix. Unless there's one more race. No, that was definitely the last race. We're fine, see? Easy. Gold Cup. I say easy. It definitely was not easy. Visually... Hold up. Yes, there it is. I lost the message for a second. Visually, emulator looks better, but you're right, there's no better feeling than being able to hold it in your hands. Exactly. And, like, sure, you can make the emulator look upscaled and sharp. And sure, it could look prettier. But, like, you're never going to get the same feeling as actually playing on a touchscreen and using a stylus and holding the system in your hands. It's just so good. It's so good. Augers, for real. Honestly, that's how I want to be known as. When I die, I just want the phrase "Poggers for real" on my coffin. Wait, are we in mirror mode? We are. I literally, for a second, thought I selected, like, 100cc instead of mirror mode. I was literally just hallucinating, going crazy, doubting myself. Pretendo. I don't even want to say how much I spent on one, just got it today. Oh, you just bought a new 3DS today. Wait, that's crazy. That's so coincidental. This is my first time ever live streaming on my new Nintendo 3DS XL, and you just bought one today? It's like we're the same person, brother. Actually, I want one of these item boxes over here, pretty please. Oh my god. I'm going flying in the air. Not good. We were flying over those little bumps. Everything's fine, we're in first place. I don't know why I got so upset. Beautiful. I still have Mario Kart DS, but I haven't played it. You gotta play it. It's so good. I think this might be, and I know I said this earlier, but I'm just saying it again. This might be one of the best track lists in any Mario Kart game. There are so many bangers in this game. Like Tick-Tock Clock, Waluigi Pinball. I think this is like the best Bowser Castle. Hot take. I think Bowser Castle on the DS is hands down my number one. And then the Rainbow Road isn't number one, but it's underrated. I don't think it gets the credit it deserves. I used Pretendo to play Mario Kart 7 last year. Oh, wow. Okay, so I thought you were just making a joke about emulation when you said Pretendo, but you were predicting what Hollow Man was going to say. And you were right. Hollow Man's using the Pretendo network for Mario Kart 8 servers. That's funny. That's actually impressive. I've never even heard of Pretendo, but from what you guys are writing in the chat, it seems kind of cool. Huh. Also, $400 for a new 3DS XL? Did you buy one in, like, mint condition? Or did you buy, like, a limited edition? Was it, like, one of the special-looking consoles? Because I bought this for $180, and sure, it's cut up. It has scratches all over it. But I kind of purposefully bought one that was a little busted, because I was worried that when we attached the capture card to the motherboard and soldered it on, that I was going to mess something up or something was going to fry, and either the capture card would break, or worse, the system would break. So I purposefully got a system used with, like I said, a bunch of scratches. I basically got a system that I didn't care about, so if it broke, I wouldn't be upset. You know? That was my logic. Like, if something goes wrong in the process of attaching the capture card, I wouldn't care, because the system was already a little trash. Like, I'm not lying. There are so many scratches all over this. I know it's a little difficult to see with the face cam, because I have a $14 face cam. It doesn't do quality very well. Like, there's not many pixels on my face cam. It's just a bunch of blurry, splotchy blobs all over the screen. Sorry, I'm making it sound worse than it is, but it is a $14 face cam, and the highest quality you can go up to is 720p. You can't even do 1080p. But, like, there's a bunch of cuts all over the system. I still play Mario Kart Deluxe, but barely. I do love Mario Kart Deluxe, I'll be honest with you, Nathan. I think Mario Kart Deluxe is probably my favorite Mario Kart. It's just the most complete game. Definitely my favorite. Okay. What a great drift. You know, sometimes I can actually be good at this game. It's rare, but it happens. Love it. Oh, man. Have you seen ChatGPT 7? It was open box. Oh. Okay, sorry. I was reading two different messages. I'm a cosmetic freak, unfortunately. I mean, that's fair. If you got a really clean red one that looks basically like the... I have, like, the poor man's red 3DS. I have the low-income red 3DS. And you got the private school rich kid 3DS. But I do think the red 3DS is clean, so I don't blame you. Like, I wasn't trying to get a 3DS I cared about, like I said. I purposely got one that was beat up, but I got one that was beat up and red because I like it. I think the red one is one of the better colors. Gonna buy a beater next. It sounds like we're talking about cars. Like, yeah, I bought a really clean red new model, but I think my next one's gonna be a beater. Especially if my car breaks down, I don't have the money to get a new one. We're gonna save this mushroom for the shortcut coming up. I think I can do this with one mushroom, right? No, I went the wrong way because we're in mirror mode. My muscle memory had me turn left. Oh, of course. I paid $700 for a new 3DS with ISP screens back in 2022. Probably not my wisest purchase. I mean, though, I will say, in your defense, the ISP screens are worth it. I don't know if it's $700 worth it. Like, was that a limited edition? What model was it? Did it have, like, cool shell designs? I'm trying to find a way to justify this, you know? Also, I should probably stop reading the chat, because every time I read the chat, I just start running off the map, and we need to make a comeback here if I want to have any chance of winning. Oh, shoot. I forgot I need more than one mushroom for that. I feel like that still kind of saved us time a little bit. No, I missed that. Okay. Well, we can't really make a comeback if I'm not getting items, so this is bad, boys. It's my fault, though. I have no one to blame but myself. One mushroom is not helpful at all. It's not looking good. Not looking good. Our plan is to bring you into 8th place. It's not good at all, actually. As we go into this next race, I need to get first, and Donkey Kong needs to get 3rd or worse. So we have to multitask. We have to get into 1st place, and then also murder Donkey Kong. Okay. It's time to start our new plan. Kill Donkey Kong. Oh, that sucks. That also sucks. Mario, I don't want to attack you right now. I just want Donkey Kong dead. Okay? Can we work together on that, maybe? Asking for a friend. Mario, it's like he's trying to kill himself. He's trying to start a fight with me, and I don't appreciate it. We got a red. Not bad. I might just burn the red. Got him. Beautiful. Oh my god, this green shell is teasing me. Dang it. Hit the wall. I'll be honest right now, game. I could really use a blue shell. I didn't get that item box either. Okay, finally ahead of Donkey Kong. Now we need to start sending some items backwards, or let him eat that blue. You can have that blue shell, buddy. All yours. A meal for one. Thanks, my guy. I got Mario wants me dead, bro. That's fine. We can use this moment to attack Donkey Kong a couple more times. What item am I gonna get? Oh, okay, that's something. That's an item. That's definitely an item. Come on, that's so unlucky. The banana sent me spiraling away from a item box. Okay, this is what we want right now, but no, Donkey Kong's back in a second. I need Mario Kart to hold that lead. Look at him, he's right in front of Donkey Kong. Let's go. It couldn't have worked out better. We got the gold cup by 1 point, boys. Let's get it. Oh, that was clean. That felt good. Alright, I apologize. Like I said, I focused so much on that game, I don't think I read a single chat message that entire race. I can only imagine the frustration of soldering the capture card. No, it was terrible. I wouldn't recommend it. Like, as much fun as I'm having live streaming this, I don't know if it was worth the anxiety. I was so nervous that either the capture card or the 3DS was gonna break. Almost snagged a dual ISP open box for 300, but they canceled the order. I only pay that much for the non-XL version. My dual ISP 3DS XL costs 300. Is that just because you bought it, like, at a different time in the market? Where, like, I know, for example, like right now, retro gaming is, in my opinion, overpriced. Like, the gaming market is fucked. But it's crazy to me that you spent like $700 for one 3DS and like $300 for another one. Dude, I literally thought you were saying ChatGPT 7. That's crazy. To be fair, it's a similar acronym. The acronym's close, so, you know, maybe I'm not a complete idiot for thinking that. Maybe. Why have a car when you can have Mario Kart? Exactly. I don't need a car. If my car breaks, instead of spending the money on another one, let's just buy a limited edition 3DS XL. It's the better option, financially. Oh, I wasn't lucky. I bought it 3 years ago, so prices have gone up. Yeah, yes, they have. But I guess in some ways you could say that you were lucky because you were smart enough to buy one 3 years ago before the prices went up. Because now everything has skyrocketed and I hate it. Like, part of me thinks that there's no way the prices can keep going up and eventually things will either plateau or crash. But the cynicist in me, the pessimist, is worried that prices are just gonna keep going up. That's why I spent the last couple of years trying to like collect a lot of the games I wanted now instead of later in life. Like, for example, one of the collections I wanted was every single Pokemon game, at least up until the Switch. And thankfully, I have that collection. I have every Game Boy game, every DS game, and every Pokemon game. And I'm glad I bought those when I did, because nowadays, some of those games are going for stupid amounts of money, like over $200. That's insane. I'll definitely have to check out the online mode for Mario Kart 7, though. That sounds really cool, and I love Mario Kart 7. Sorry, we should probably get back into playing the game. I do love online mode in Mario Kart 7. Mario Kart 7 was one of the first games that I got really heavy into the online multiplayer, and also one of the first Mario Kart games that I tried playing like competitively. The NPCs are actually difficult to play against. I must have raged as a kid when I was playing this. See, I'm surprised how difficult they are, because I remember playing this when I was a kid, and I did not struggle at all. Like, childhood Caleb was a pro at this game, but now as an adult, I am struggling. And I agree. I think the NPCs are actually pretty hard, at least way more difficult than like a modern day Mario Kart. Like in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Mario Kart World, the NPCs feel like they were coded so that any blind fourth grader could beat them. It's not much of a challenge, and therefore it's not very fun. But this game, man, it feels very reminiscent of the older Mario Karts. Like, dude, one of the things that made me rage when I was a kid was Mario Kart 64, because those NPCs were literally coated with rubber banding. So if you got too far ahead of them, they would just speed up to catch up to you. And I hated that. Oh, shoot. Stop hitting the wall. Dude, the computers in Mario Kart 64, like, I would rip my hair out as a kid trying to beat them. And we've played that game at least once on stream. I know we've done an emulated. Sorry, if Nintendo is listening, no, that's a lie. I'm joking. Haha, funny. We did an emulated live stream of Mario Kart 64 once. And I was struggling because those NPCs will just speed up to like 200 miles an hour to catch up to you if you're in first place. Like, the strategy, honestly, was to kind of sit back, get some really, really good items, and then as you go into the third lap, use those good items to get ahead. At least that's what I was trying to do to win, because there was no point for me being in first in laps 1 and 2, because the NPCs would just catch up to me and make my life a living hell. Oh, that sucks. Oh, maybe that's a snipe? Not a snipe. At least we got him on the second shot. Less impressive, though, because it was literally from 2 feet away. That's okay. Sorry, I'm catching up on the chat. I don't disagree with buying backup 3DSs. Like, I have two, and I kind of want a third, but not because I want a backup. I just want to start collecting the different models of the 3DS. But I have two, so I can kind of relate. It was a boring black shell, no special edition. The screens are the only reason I paid that much. You know, my brother, my heart goes out for you. Again, on the bright side, I'm like trying to find any way to justify it for you, because I don't want you to feel bad about spending $700. You got a clean black shell DS, and I think the black shell is also another really good color, and you got ISB screens, so worth it. Worth it. I'm trying to convince myself as I say it out loud. Chat GPT got into my head. Supposedly they last 5 years. Really? Chat GPT said that? I've had a 3DS since I was in high school and it still works. And like I said, I bought this one secondhand, and it looks like it's been through at least 3 different lifetimes. It's seen a kid buy it, grow up with it, throw it away, dig it out of the trash, get old, get married, die, and then another kid takes it and tears it up even more. Like, I don't even know how you scratch a 3DS this bad. But I was able to buy it for pretty cheap because of that, so I'm not going to complain. In my head, these consoles won't last for much longer as far as a market goes. Interesting. I could see a world where that's true. I agree with Sonic in the chat. Sorry, saying that out loud sounds so crazy. I agree with my boy Sonic. I don't think the 3DS will ever, like, just die. Like, I don't think the hardware is gonna die. As long as you're treating it with care, like he said, you're not dropping it, smashing it, it should be fine. Like, I think you have a good point in the chat as well. Like, I have a Game Boy that was made before I was born. It's older than me, and it still works. So, I agree with that. Now, your comment on the market, I could see a world where that becomes true. But I hope not. Obviously. What my hope is that the retro gaming market crashes and video games stop costing more than a surgery. You know? That'd be nice. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, God. It's so difficult to read chat and play on a DS at the same time. I'm like not used to it. I gotta like look down at the DS, look up a chat. Look down at the DS, look up a chat. Give me a good item here. No! Oh wait, no, the Boo is fine. I can go through the off-road with the Boo. I can go through the off-road with the Boo? I did not know that. Dude, that's such a good strategy. Why have we not been doing that the entire live stream? Okay. Well, I keep that in the back of my mind. Alright, we're playing very sloppy. I feel like I either need a red shell or a blue shell if I'm going to catch up to first place at this point. Because I'm so far behind, I don't think I'm going to be able to catch up by just driving good. And I can barely even do that. Point proven. Give me an item here. I missed. Give me an item here. Thank you. That's not helpful. You know, now would be a really cool time to have a blue shell. No. You gave me an item I can't even use against her. I just can't catch up to first place with this. She's too far away. Unlucky. Unlucky. That's okay. We're still winning. We just gotta clean up our gameplay here going into the last two races. Yeah, I do agree. I think it is nice to have a backup, especially with how scarce these consoles are. That's why I have two, and like I said, the collector in me wants more. I'm kind of the same way, Hollow Man. I thought like AI was a little cool at first, but I had a couple instances where I would like ask it a really easy question, like how long do I need to cook cod for in the oven? And the AI would answer that question with like, cod is a fish that needs to be cooked to completion, so you don't get sick. And it's like, sure, but how long? What temperature? And now I think I just start to get annoyed with it, because like I'll Google a question, you know how like the answer's always AI as the first result. And that answer is not helpful. Like for any of you who are in my last live stream, I was Googling why my Firefox was crashing my computer. Because I use Firefox as my Internet Explorer, and it's always been really good to me, you know? Me and Firefox have had a great relationship. But for some reason, in my last live stream, Firefox crashed my computer, and I was trying to Google why. And the top result was just the complete opposite of my answer. Like, I was asking why my computer was crashing, and instead I got, like, the same cookie-cutter AI response. Like, Firefox is an internet browser that many people use in place of Chrome, Edge, and an Internet Explorer. Like, I'm aware. Thank you for that answer. But it's not helpful. Like, maybe I'm just going full conspiracy theorist, but it feels like AI has somehow gotten worse. Like, back when Google first introduced Gemini, I feel like Gemini was actually very helpful. And nowadays, it just makes me angry. And maybe it's got something to do with the dead internet theory. Maybe it's just because a lot of AI is now just feeding off of other AI, becoming this, like, toxic loop. It's that, like, image of the snake that's eating itself. But I do feel like in some ways it's gotten worse. I don't know how that's possible. Like, you would think it would be advancing. What a clean little jump there. Just to save a millisecond of time. Alright. We're going into the last race here, so I want to milk it a little bit. You know, I don't want to just jump into that race and end the stream. Let's enjoy ourselves. Have a little conversation in the chat. I need to catch up on chat messages as well. Yeah, I like I said, I think the Black Shell 3DS is clean. Very, very clean. I also kind of like the original 3DS, the first ever model, because it had, like, almost glitter in the shell. Like, it was matte black, but sparkly. And when I was a kid, I kind of didn't like that, because, you know, I'm supposed to be a man. I like manly things. But looking back, now that I'm an adult, the original 3DS was actually really clean with its matte, like, gloss. Not matte. There were versions of it that was matte, but the one with the glitter was glossy. My apologies, I got the words mixed up. But, like, the 3DS with the glossy finish and this, like, glitter in it is so cool. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I think the original 3DS model is extremely good looking. I 100% agree. I have a backup for each of my different DS and 3DS models, but I have them in case of accidental physical damage. Yeah, I agree. I'm pretty certain that the electronics are going to last for decades without anything going wrong. Looking back, my console's never died. Yeah, I haven't either now that I think about it. I don't think I have a single video game console that has ever just killed itself. I've only ever had one break, and it was because one of my family members knocked it off of the TV stand and onto the floor. It was like a 2-3 foot drop. And in which case, I can't really blame the video game console for breaking. As we speak, there are only 34 American models up on the market, and I'm tempted to snag another. I don't blame you. I mean, I'm very biased. All right, I'm not going to be someone who is trying to give you financial advice. I'm someone that's going to give you collecting advice, and in my opinion, I think it's worth it to collect them while you can, because it is a limited market. You know, they're not making more 3DSs, so the number of them that exist is at this point only going to go down. And like I said, that's why I own 2 of them, and I would like to own more. I can't really justify buying a third one now as we speak because I gotta save my money and try to buy a house. But like that's the reason I have like 4 different Game Boys. I have a Game Boy Color, a Game Boy Advance, a Game Boy SP, and then a second Game Boy that I just have as a backup. Like I don't, there's no reason to even have it. I'll admit that. But it's just because I like collecting them. And with the DS, I have 1 regular DS and 2 3DSs. I hate that Google AI. I was playing a game this morning. Oh my gosh. I just said like 3 words at once. I was playing a game this morning and wanted some information about it. Did a search and the AI said, "You're talking about this game instead." No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Nintendo had a clean lineup overall. I really enjoyed all of them beside the 2DS. I like the 2DS XL, but I agree with you. I think the original 2DS, the one that's just like a flat block, is stupid. Because the whole appeal of the DS is the clamshell. For example, if I pause the game, and let's say I have to go end the stream abruptly, you know? My grandma's on fire. Gotta end the stream. Sorry, guys. Just close it. Just like that. The game doesn't turn off, but the device goes into sleep mode. And I can quickly put it in my pocket, and it is secure in that pocket while I go run to pour water on my grandma so she stops being on fire. I can take the 3DS with me while I save my grandma. That's amazing. That's amazing. So the clamshell is, in my opinion, one of the biggest appeals to the system, besides the dual screens, obviously. And the 2DS original model, at least, just completely missed the mark on that. They didn't understand, I guess, their own market, their own consumer base. And I don't really like it for that reason. I also just find the original 2DS to be really uncomfortable to hold. One of my roommates that I lived with before I moved in with my wife, he had the original 2DS, and it felt very awkward to hold in your hand and play. I just didn't like it at all. So, I agree with you 100%. Oh, my mushrooms! Mushrooms! 2DS was meant to be for little children who couldn't break the delicate hinges. I guess that makes sense, because I do remember how back in the day, a lot of people were so worried. It was almost like fear-mongered that the 3D effect on the 3DS was going to damage your eyes if you were a young child. And therefore, a lot of people, specifically parents, didn't want their children playing the 3DS because they were worried about them having irreparable damage to their eyesight. And I understand then why Nintendo made the 2DS to dispel. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Okay, we're in a bad spot going into the 3rd lap. I understand why Nintendo made some of those rumors to I understand then why Nintendo made the 2DS to dispel those rumors, and therefore it also makes sense if they're making a console specifically for a younger audience that they would remove the hinges so children can't break the clamshell design. They can't break those hinges. I get that. That actually is smart. There's no way the bullet bill just dropped me off in front of a banana when I'm already this far behind. I'm in despair. I don't think we can make a comeback. If I'm being honest with you boys. This is rough. No. Dude, this sucks. We didn't get an item because the gold mushroom didn't go away in time. That could be okay. No, that's bad. That sucks, man. It's fine. At least we still made the podium. I was so scared we weren't even going to make podium. I thought we were going to drop out of top 3. Alright, that could have been worse. I was actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. That's not bad at all, actually. Oh, man. I don't know why. Maybe I was just doing the math wrong in my head, but I thought we were going to get like 4th or 5th place and miss podium. No, I definitely agree with you, though. Also, thank you for the follow, Polar Rex. I don't know. I didn't want to mispronounce it, so instead I shortened it. But thank you for the follow. But I 100% agree. I think the Nintendo lineup of handhelds is so clean. Anyways, I want to end the stream by playing what I like to call Battle Royale mode. Okay? And if you don't know what Battle Royale mode is, it's where you go into Balloon Battle, you set the CPUs to hard, no teams, and you pick the lock fort and just see who comes out alive. Let's get it. No, yeah, I 100% agree, Hollow Man. It's so annoying. Alright, the pro strategy here is don't fill up your balloons right away, but instead get some good items while you have one balloon. And now fill up your balloons before you die. Beautiful. So everyone has 5 balloons that they can hold on to. Eat that. Oh, I got 2 of them. So the goal is to eliminate everyone's balloons and be the last man standing. This is like Fortnite before Fortnite existed, boys. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to start trapping some item boxes. Oh no, I got a balloon stolen from me. Actually, that's not terrible. I can get some good items. You get better items the less balloons you have, but it's risky because if you don't replenish your balloons and stay on one balloon, someone kills you, you're done. So I'm always a little anxious when I only have one balloon. I want to try to steal Bowser's balloon. Got him. Beautiful. Come back here. Not done with you. Okay. I loved playing this when I was a kid. I literally would play Balloon Battle against CPUs for hours just because I loved the like chaotic free-for-all nature of it. I'm not lying, like this literally is just Balloon Battle before, or sorry, this is like Battle Royale before Battle Royale existed. It's so much fun. Okay. Luigi stole a balloon from me. I feel like we need to go hunt him down. I saw him on the top floor here. I don't know if he's still up on the top floor. Where is he? He's on like the other side of the map. Oh, Bowser's already gone. Oh my god. Unlucky, bud. Okay, that could have been bad. Oh, there's Luigi. Where are you going, dummy? Here. Eat another one. Dang it, he blocked it. Oh, one more. There you go, Luigi. All for you. That's what he gets for stealing my balloon, though, bro. It's his own fault. He brought that on himself. Alright, I'm gonna sit up here for a second and reach the chat. Oh wait, I got Peach on my ass. Okay. Maybe the 2DS had a grander purpose, similar to how Nokia phones are used as weapons. That's an insane comment. Oh my god, Rob's trying to attack me while I'm reading the chat. That honestly is disrespectful. We need to go murder him, actually. Wait, no, where are you going, Rob? Oh, you're going this way? You going left or right? Right. Okay. No, you're not. This is too much fun. I'm having too much fun. It's almost embarrassing how much fun I have doing this. No, Daisy, don't throw that red shell at me, please. I saw her. She was chasing me down like a heat-seeking missile, bro. Okay, I did not mean to attack Mario. That time I did mean to attack Mario, I'm gonna be honest. I missed. Bro, strats, Pog. Loki, have a feeling they'll release a 3DS for Anniversary? Oh no. I feel like Nintendo's moved on from it. Did we kill Luigi again? Oh, I missed. Never mind. No, we're not going to. We're playing Mario Kart Fortnite mode. Fortnite in Mario Kart? Mario Kart in Fortnite? I love doing like the YouTube clickbait voice. Like, I don't know, man. I just think it's so funny. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, hey, hey. Enough of that. Oh, shoot. Okay, maybe I should get another balloon. I'm getting scared. Then I'm gonna die. No, but I find it so funny when, like, people do the fake clickbait voice. Like, the Rizzler and Mario Kart DS? It's funny every time to me. That is peak comedy. Oh, 3 mushrooms. The game wants me to be successful. Throw that backwards, please. Throw it backwards now. Okay. You're no fun. Wait, I want to be the one to kill Luigi. No, I missed him. Okay, go this way. We'll meet up with him. We'll link up. We'll link arms like some brothers. Listen, Luigi has been coming after me all game, so it's only fitting that I take him out. Who do we have left? Mario still has 3 balloons. I want to avoid Peach. This is the problem with this little minigame, though. It's the problem with Fortnite mode in Mario Kart. Is towards the end it gets really difficult to find people and actually take them out. There's such a huge map for them to hide on. Oh my god, please, please. Where are you going? Let me use 1 mushroom to catch up to you. And I missed. I'm gonna cry. Maybe I should start baiting item boxes. That sucks. They really didn't throw those red shells at each other. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Here's the new strat. We're gonna start hiding items in the item boxes because the CPUs are too dumb to realize. And hopefully they'll just run into these bananas. Someone already ran into the banana toad. That's so funny. Okay, Toad's gone. Oh my god, that was almost bad. I almost missed all of my green shells. At least we hit one of them. Sorry, Mario. It's not personal. I'm just getting bored and I want this game to be over. I missed. Lucky. Ooh, mushroom could be big here. Beautiful. What a drift. Oh my gosh. Drift king out here. Alright, where's Peach? She's on the green platform. Yeah. See, that's just pure fun right there. That's just peak gaming right there, alright? Anyways, I think we're going to end the stream on that. I do appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate everyone who showed up to the stream tonight. Thank you for the follows, by the way. I haven't gotten a follow on Twitch in so long, and then 2 people followed me today. It's like Christmas morning. But no, I actually do appreciate it. Thank you guys. Any chat messages I missed before I go? Have you checked out the homebrew games for 3DS? I have, and I've considered doing it, but I think that's something we'll pursue a little bit farther down the line. I have a ton of physical games that I need to play now that I can finally stream it. Because like I said, this is only the first live stream I've ever done on this 3DS. So there's a ton of 3DS games, a ton of DS games that I want to play, that I own physically. Like, I have 2 cases worth of games, one behind me, and one right here that isn't full, but it has like 3DS games, some DS games, and the case behind me, I think has 20 games in it. It is completely filled up. So once I get bored of the physical games I own, or we just play all of them, then I'll probably start homebrewing and adding games into the system myself. But yeah, I don't know. Luigi loses by doing absolutely nothing. And Mario is not karting anymore. Yeah. Sorry. I love that joke. The Luigi loses by doing nothing. Luigi wins by doing nothing. They're my favorite, like, memes to come out of Mario Party. Otherwise, have a wonderful night, guys. I'm gonna go eat some food and then pass out. So, thanks for watching. Tomorrow, I plan to live stream Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, because like I said, I still want to finish that game. We haven't even done of the single player content. So we got some more, not only Grand Prix, but time trials and challenges in Race Park that I need to do. So there's a lot of that game I still want to play. So hopefully, I'll see y'all tomorrow in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, going from one good racing game to another good racing game. Otherwise, like I said, have a nice night. I'll see y'all later. I wish y'all the best. Peace out, boys.